poppin' YouTube? It's your boy KiteZz here with my lovely, beautiful, excellent wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
And I'm up here with the wonderful Big Nitro, Hefty Nitro, the only Nitro.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also here with the wonderful 2G1A Flock community. Shout out to the best community on YouTube. As we keep growing, the wings start spreading further and we reach further and further, and we will control the world at one point. So shout out to y'all. Crazy. Shout out to everybody that's in the Discord. Shout out to the people that's on YouTube right now. Shout out to everybody for taking time out their day to be here. We rock with y'all. Dang. Hold on. Not my dog's back there tripping. But
yeah, Amari's home.
Oh, okay. Hey, shout out to the big 1K on Twitch, man. Can we shout out to the big 1K on Twitch, man? Man, I'll tell y'all now, man. I've been doing this YouTube, the Twitch stuff. I did Twitch for a long time, and a lot of people don't know, when you streaming and you only getting 2 viewers and you only got like 5 followers, bro, that is one of the most discouraging periods of your content creation life, bro. The start is so hard, but I'm so glad that I was able to start building a community with my wife, and we can do things that we enjoy and we love doing, and we able to translate that over to the gaming stuff. I have been seeing the feedback y'all have been giving us. A lot of y'all saying we need to get back to the Walking Dead style games and stuff like that. Just know we got them. We got the whole collection. It's just, we got to get back in our stride, man. Like, life be lifing. You feel me? But we gonna get back to that. Thank you, Shambam. How you doing, Jasmine Young?
I can't do the Walking Dead, y'all.
No, the next one we supposed to do is Wolf Among Us.
Okay, I'll do Wolf Among Us, but that, y'all already know I don't get down like that. I don't like them scary. But I'm gonna admit, Walking Dead had a good storyline, good stories. I'm not gonna lie, but
I remember the Twitch noise used to come through on the old reactions. Yeah, bro. We used to have the little sub. Well, whenever somebody was sub, it would play the little it'd play a song, bro. But now we took it out because we realized that our Twitch subs and our YouTube subs count as the same thing
combined. Yeah. So
we get a lot of subs on YouTube every day. So it was like, it was blowing up. I think you guys did so good in The Walking Dead. Exactly. I want to start the Wolf Among Us, and I want to do Detroit Become Human. I want to do those ones. It's just a matter of getting to that point. But
they're on your old PC.
No, I still have them. It's on Steam. I just gotta download them.
Oh, okay.
So we could do them. It's just, I gotta find time to like really take care of that, because we're working on that project, that really fun project that I think you guys are gonna like, especially because it's Pop the Balloon related. Y'all are really gonna like it. It's gonna be funny for you guys. So just know it's coming soon. But that's the
teasers.
That's the only spoiler y'all gonna get. Oh, KiteZz, I forgot you're Gen X. You play on the PS1. Gen X? I'm only 28. This man had put me in a whole different he done put me in a different age group. I did have a PS1 though. I had a PS1 when I was like 3 or 4. But
same.
I've had every console, but it is what it is. So let's get it started, man. There's a lot of people up in this Flock Talk. We got 22 people, so clearly there's gonna be a lot of talking points today. So before we start, my lovely wife, is there anything that you have a topic to start off, or are we just going with the win?
Today is open topics. Whatever the topic is, stay on topic.
Okay. So with that being said, let's start off with what we need to start off with. Dang, brother raised his hand before we even asked the question. Don't you love consistency? Oh, actually, Jalen, before we get to you, Stay Down Peasy had a topic had something to say last week, and he did not get to say it because unfortunately Flock Talk was so messy. He did not get to say it. And I apologize again, Stay Down. That is not how we wanted that to go. You understand? So Jalen, I'm gonna
topic of fine love.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Stay Down start it off, Jalen. But you for sure will get, like, next topic is yours. You feel what I'm saying?
If it's the same topic, just let us know.
Yeah,
but
just let us know. I'll keep you up here. But go ahead, stay down.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm off that topic right now. I want to talk about Shorty with the glasses that had the white on. Like, can we touch on that real quick?
Y'all going straight to pop the balloon.
Yeah. I've been itching to talk about that since before y'all even did this. Did the pop the balloon and this.
What specifically do you want to talk about so I could let people know in the chat?
I want to talk about the fact that she tried to call out the dude for, the whole, don't talk about black women's hair and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like okay, I understand your frustration, but at the same time, it's not really valid because like me, you saying, oh well, we can't talk about black women this, black women that. Me, I'm a black man. I'm a short black man. So I was to step foot on that damn stage. Ooh, excuse my language. I was to step foot on that stage, and I guarantee you that it will be a lot of pops. You want to know why? Because they're going to say, oh, well, I'm sorry, but it's his height. But why we can't talk about the fact that, okay, well, y'all got to stop talking about black men's height or black men being bald, black men not having longer hair or shorter hair.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay. So, shoot, let's do it. Let's go to the segment so people can hear the glorious peak moment of the show, the part that is going viral, just in case people didn't watch it. I will play it.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 33.
Okay. And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I ended up popping it because you're attractive, you got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's black. At the end of the day, black women, you don't know what to expect with our hair. We could wear it straight, we could wear it curly, and that was just like too much for me. So I don't got time for it. If you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So that's how I feel.
Okay.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's about who you are as a brother. Hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long hair, hairs be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16, I brought my mother a salon with my business that I do. Yeah. So yeah, I have dealt with so many different type of hairs. Shout out to my mom, Captivated Styles in the building, Philly, we here. But what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long, it's thin. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay.
Sounds triggered.
It's not triggered.
First of all, I didn't say the hairstyle she had was not good.
You said you don't like girls with long hair. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you're not just my type. But hair, you can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered. Like I said, at the end of the day, your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from. Period.
Can I talk, or are you gonna interrupt me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say. You can say what you want to say, but don't talk about black people here. But let's hear from him.
So again, her hairstyle, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me. So I'm not dating multiple people. You're not dating multiple people. So my comment to her has no sort of significance on you.
I'm a black woman. If I want to wear my hair like hers one day, what you gonna say? Oh, I don't like your hair. I'm gonna go date Becky up the street. Follow along. Thank you.
I'll say this. At the end of the day, are you here to find a man, or are you here to be...
I'm not here to find you. I'm here to find someone that's going to accept me, floss and all. And if you can't accept this young lady up here...
Sounds like you're here to find the sister code.
No.
So we can move forward.
Women...
We can move forward.
We are here. And there's a lot of black women that's lined up in here. So you can't talk about hair. It's not about the length or the texture. Know what you say before you talk to black women. That's it. Thank you.
Let's go on over here.
Yeah, please.
Your name and age.
Okay. That was the highlight of the episode. Now, a lot of people are in the camp of Shorty was wilding, she was bugging, she didn't have any good points, she didn't make any sense. And then a lot of people or I'd say a minority of people are in the camp of she had a point. Truthfully, my take on it, even on the reaction, I said I can understand the point she's making, and I do see some valid points that she is making, but I feel like she lost the purpose of her message once she turned it into she lost the purpose of the message once she turned it into more of a disrespect type of thing, when she started being rude, when she stopped letting him speak, when she stopped when she in turn she lost composure, she lost character, and the message gets drowned out because it turns from you're trying to say something and there's a point you're trying to make, and it turns into you're so amped up that you're ignoring it. And so you said I don't think she had a point at all. No, she actually did have there was a very important point, and this is why I'm upset that a lot of black guys, black men especially, I don't think you guys ever pay attention to a lot of it, and I've said it on many of our reactions. Her gripe was bigger. It was bigger than just this episode, and that's the thing people are not getting. That gripe is frustration that a lot of black women have when it comes down to how they are talked about with their hair, which I have said many of times. But a lot of people get this tit for tat mindset, and a lot of people are so focused on trying to say, you know, but it's his preference. It's like, yes, on that aspect, two things can be true. His preference, he doesn't deserve that. We can agree on that. But to say that she did not have a valid point that she was actually trying to make, that's not true. But the problem is people are not trying to look at what exactly the point she was making. And the problem is her point got lost because while her getting worked up and being rude to him, the objective of what she was trying to say got completely lost by emotion. And so that's why a lot of people feel like she was just chatting, and rightfully so, because nobody wants to hear somebody be rude and cut people off and say all this and go all extra ham. But like I said, that point she's making, that is a talking point that a lot of black women especially have made. And it's really surprising on the internet when I hear people, especially as black people, saying like, nah, there's no point to be made there. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
what was the point she was making?
Go ahead, Alex.
No, I'm asking what, because everybody's asking what was the point that she was making. Mm-hmm. Nobody sees the point that she was making.
I think the point she was making was. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think the point she was making was that, you know, you shouldn't be talking about, you know, black people's, you know, looks and stuff like that. Because I guess she probably came from a place where she already felt criticized about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I got her point for the most part, where because I understand that gripe a lot of black women deal with when it comes to things like personal image and trying to, that comparison they deal with comparing themselves to other women. It's just, it wasn't the right type of situation for her to kind of bring it up, because he just pretty much said he didn't prefer her hair, which, by the way, she popped on him, so she rejected him first. So he was just basically expressing what he didn't like about her as far as to answering Arlette's question, which that tends to happen a lot on this show. When the dudes get rejected, they answer her question, they get grilled.
Yep. Like somebody, like Mellow Yellow said in the chat, right message, wrong battle. And I agree. It was a message that a lot of black women have, but again, wrong guy, wrong battle. You feel me? That's more of a battle that we need to be having with the other groups, because here's one thing that we all should understand, especially out here in Cali, where it's one of the most diverse places. Black women, you guys are one of the most talked down groups of people. Like, y'all think black men get talked down bad? Black women get done even worse out here. And we're supposed to be the mountain pot of diversity. So a lot of the talking points that she brought up, a lot of people don't want to hear it. And when I was saying it on the video, I understood what she was saying, and I can see the point she was making, because I grew up in these hair salons, and I've listened to these women in these hair salons. I've listened to the feedback. I also grew up, I'm an only boy. I grew up with sisters. I went to school. I've had the girlfriends in school. I've only dated black women. And it's like, a lot of people don't, I feel like a problem in our community, we don't seem to understand how big does brown people count? No, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the brown people, like Hispanic culture, Latin descent, was the main ones bullying our black girls out here. You would think it would be the white people. It wasn't. It wasn't the white people that was doing it the most. They did it in their own way, 100%. But the brown people was doing it bad too. And that's what I'm saying. It really, out here, people don't realize if black men don't got black women's side and black women don't got black men's side, y'all don't have anybody on y'all side. And that's why I understood what she was saying, even though she did it in the wrong place with the wrong person, because he caught us straight for sure. Out here, are you
referring to LA? Yeah.
It's even bigger than LA, because my mom has worked out from LA, and I grew up in the IE. IE is not the same as LA. It's pretty similar, but IE is more like a little bit ghettoer than LA because it's newer. But I've been in both environments, so it's like her point, I get it and I understood it, but it's just she did it at the wrong person. She did it to the wrong people. He was not the person that speech needed to go for, if that makes any sense. But y'all, let's hear y'all takes on it. Alex, if you got anything to say, go ahead.
No, I don't actually. I'm not gonna entertain it. Y'all got it.
You said if he caught a stray, then it was not valid. What? Just because it hit the wrong person don't mean that the shot wasn't. So if my plan is to assassinate a target and Secret Service jumps in the way, was the mission's objective not still to shoot that target? Like, it's like, what are we talking about? All right, but go ahead. Y'all talk y'all points, man. Key, go first.
One person at a time, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Stay on topic.
Actually, Jalen, go ahead, man.
Whoever's up here first. Yeah.
I'll be quick. I'll just say, I think where people are mostly getting offended is just with the fact that how she really came at him per se. Even if like what she was saying was true, because I do understand that black women did have like dealt with a lot of images. I don't know what the word for it. Just dealing with like comparison issues and all that. But I think Paul said it best in like Corinthians. You can have all the right points and stuff, but you don't lead with love, then you're just a plain symbol, basically.
Right. Okay. Solid point. All right, Key, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I hope y'all are being blessed and everything like that. I guess I just want to like start with famous quote by Malcolm X. The most disrespected person in America is a black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And so I feel like, at least when I heard Sandy's point, that it was probably coming from that space of the fact that we're on a popular black platform, and yet this still isn't a safe space for us, right? Like we're still getting attacked for something that for the longest time we've had to kind of like change ourselves to fit this mold of beauty that is very European centric, and it's hurting us, right? Like to her point about a lot of the girls that you see with long hair, their hair is thin and all this other stuff. I think she was like kind of trying to speak to that. I had to go back to the video because I didn't actually hear what he said, because I came in right when the shots was fired. I don't think he was disrespectful in what he said and pointing out his preference, because of course like Arletta is going to always be like, oh, what specifically, you know, to try to get like that feedback. But I just think that I don't want to say she was triggered, but I just think that she felt very strongly about making it a point that that we should be cognizant. Like now we have more eyes on this platform now due to the Netflix deal and stuff like that. And so, you know, there are more eyes here. If we are still tearing down you know, each other among ourselves, then what can we expect the world to do?
You said black women are the most protected, buddy.
I don't know about that one, Smiley. I'm sorry.
Here, I'm gonna just do this right now to shut that whole argument right now. If you guys are in 2025 saying that black women are the most protected, I'm about to shut that down right now.
What? No, he's talking about the comments, Key.
Oh, who said that?
Yeah. Because black women are the most vocal now. You guys know how to use your voice now, and you guys have a lot of pull on platforms. But just because you have a voice doesn't mean you're protected. It just means that you're easy
or you're heard.
Exactly. Prime example.
And that would be a lie as well. You hear too many. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not going over time.
No, you good.
But you hear a lot of you know, black YouTubers, especially if they're of darker complexion, saying all the tips and tricks that they have to do to trick the algorithm, right? To appear lighter, to wear wigs that are different colors and stuff to fool the algorithm into promoting them. So we really can't even say that that's true.
Yeah. This whole black women are protected, are the most protected. No, it's not. Okay. I'm about to show y'all this right now. And I'm actually, before I get to this, everybody else talk on the pop the balloon point. I don't want to sidetrack from that. So thank you, Key. Will Too Humble, go ahead, man. We'll get to that point after.
Yo.
What's up?
Can I hear me? I don't
I'm
know if I can, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so my take on it, all I really got from this was that this is the perfect example of why I can understand that, you know, most black men would sit there and date outside their race. This is pretty much the example of it. It was not handled like it was. There was a lot of emotion going on. And then when you see things like this, it's easy to gravitate towards different cultures that don't do that. Knowing that we are like in episode 60 and having this type of attitude is just like, what are you doing? Knowing that you're not supposed to be doing it, but you're doing it anyway because biology and hormones and things of that nature play a role. Knowing that that is not good. And then next thing, you go viral. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of people in your DMs sitting here saying a bunch of ignorant things, a bunch of harmful things, etc., etc. And I also believe that like my man's who was sitting up here, you know, doing his thing, it was like, yeah, it was understandable, it was justified. Although, you know, things he was saying, it was out of place, out of pocket, but you know, still handle it very well. At the end of the day, you have to sit up here and be, you know, strong to deal with people's feedback. And if you can't do that, then what makes you think you're gonna deal with it from any other culture, from any other person? Like, you have to do that. Like in this type of timeline, you can't sit up here and be bad because of someone's preference. Although it came off wrong, right? Not defending the dude, but please, you gotta understand, it's a preference. So you wouldn't be saying that if I myself was bald, right? You'd be like, no, I don't want that. Nah, get back in line. No, you would absolutely completely disqualify me. If I was bald, you completely disqualify me. But if I say something to you, then it's not okay. So that, and then lastly, this is another reason why I believe that when you have when you just being around celebrities and people in general, like she said, that's what comes with that type of mindset. Don't need you, you're absolutely replaceable, etc. But that's pretty much all I have to say about it.
Okay. D-Lo Cowboys, pandering is crazy. Who is pandering? Who is the panderer? I don't think anybody here is pandering to anything right now. I feel like you just looked that word up and now you heard it on like a TikTok or something and you think that word fits here. Who is pandering to anything?
That's interesting.
But the podcast literally has only been live for about 20 minutes worth of talking and we got somebody already calling people panderers. Like, this is why conversations, you know, some people, when I say fishbowl, y'all just say anything, dog. Like, y'all really just say anything, bro. We're black people having a discussion about black people, and where's the pandering coming from?
So, I'm on debating them. What's up?
If I drop 10 statements defending black men right now, am I pandering to black men? And he's not typing no more. And it's funny, I ain't seen this person, I ain't seen you type in this comment section since the last time. And the last time was like probably a couple months ago, and you said something negative the last time you came here. But I got time for y'all. Who's pandering? Speak up. Don't come in here, say one comment, and then leave. If you want to call somebody panderer, stand on business. Stand on 10 toes.
Yep, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
I got time, bro. We can be
Ryan said, speak up.
It's like look, I want y'all to know, bruh, I don't gotta go clock in tomorrow. I got time tonight. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We can go. Like, speak up. Who's pandering? Let's hear it.
Somebody's very scared. Somebody's very scared.
And this time, if you don't speak up, you're banned. And I don't give a crap. And if I see anything similar to your name, you're gonna be banned. So speak up. Stand 10 toes, big dog. Who's pandering? While we wait for Mr. Exposed Panderers to speak up, let's go to the next person. Shout out Will Too Humble, man. I got time, people. I don't think people gonna like me this flock talk, bro. I got really time to argue, like I really do, bro. Steppa, go ahead, man.
You know what? Why don't you let Universal go and then me?
He joined last. That's why I had you go. He just not got up here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You know, like I said before, I guess, you know, she felt triggered on what the man said, but honestly, a lot of opinions be triggering a lot of people nowadays. But hey, you can't really like change what a person say. But at the end of the day, I guess some people can't read, some people don't listen, and I guess some things just don't let it fly. But if you tell them that, they still gonna feel triggered on what they said. Know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
That's why I said reading is fundamentals.
Oh.
Especially listening. Like literally though. But honestly, I kind of did get her last few points of what she said about like black women and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because at the end, I love my black woman too. But other than that, she was doing a little bit too much. Got very much triggered. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. Y'all step up.
But honestly, we just can't change it. Yeah.
I understand. Y'all step up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Leo. Our friend still ain't spoke.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Hey,
it's not about them at that point.
Yeah, I'm about to just ban them,
bro. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
It's like, bro, why do y'all think people ain't gonna smoke you, bro? Like, what are y'all doing, man? Let's use brains, man. But anyway, go ahead, Leo.
Hey, I mean, people get bold over the internet when they don't have to look you face to face. So, I was just gonna say, like, so typically when I watch the Pop the Balloon, I like to watch Arlette's version and then I watch our reaction. That's a lot of time on YouTube, I know. But um, I think that it's important when we're talking about what's her name, Sandy, that we look at everything that happened up to the point to that altercation or whatever you want to call it. Like, and I only say that because there's a couple things that she said specifically that stood out to me, and I think the first thing to like recognize is the fact. I mean, obviously everyone got offended when he made the comment about the girl's hair because she has natural curly, like 4C type hair, and but it's like she was like second to last on that line. So imagine being second to last on the line, and as you're hearing him go down the whole line, he's telling each woman, "No, you're not my type," even though they got different body types. Some of them got the exact body type that he said that he wanted long hair. Then, what do you say? Like a fit shaped body.
He wanted an athletic body.
Yeah, athletic build.
He said when it got to the women with the athletic builds, he said, "Oh, it's something else that he didn't like."
So I think like if I'm just thinking if I was in her shoes, right? The first thing I'm noticing is okay, he done said something about black woman's hair, and now he's going down this line full of black women, and he's telling every black woman that he don't like them, that they're not his type. So I mean, I think it was obvious that he was on the wrong show. But she probably also took offense to maybe, I mean, it wasn't said on the show, but I think that you guys said it clearly in the reaction that his type was not a black woman. And I think that's more so what she was getting offended by us. Because, and I'm saying that because it was the specific comment she said, like, if that's not your type, go get Becky with the long hair down the street. Or whatever, like, I don't know. I guess Becky could be any kind of name, but that sounds like a white girl name to me. And so I feel like the way that she came at him, yeah, it was because of what his comment was, but I think it's also she was seeing that obviously these black women that you keep saying no to are not your type. So why are you even here?
Right.
You said, well, why would he say his type if they all pop their balloons?
Well,
I
mean,
okay, so everybody popped their balloon, but
you can still say your type though.
But you can still, you can still say if you my type or you're not my type, but I don't know. It's just maybe I'm just talking too much. I'm gonna just shut up.
No.
No, you're
good. No, that's 100%. You can still say what your type is, even if everybody pops. You can still say your type because a lot of reasons why BM and them put the social medias on there is in case somebody who is watching the show sees that this person didn't get a match and they still feel like they are somebody that potentially could match with that person. That's why he puts the social media so you can go shoot your shot. So it's like it wouldn't have hurt him to say his type. But my thing is, it does hurt him that when he was going down, like just giving like, oh no, her body's not the way I want it, or her physique is not the way I want it, her hair is not the way I want it, her physique's not the way I want it. It's just another thing. Like when you're going there and people are like, okay, so what is your type? And you don't actually say what your type is, people are naturally gonna just start making assumptions, right? It doesn't mean that their assumptions are correct. It just means that they're just making the assumption. My fault, Aztec. I think I just kicked you right back down. Raise your hand again. My fault, man. But it doesn't mean their assumption's correct, but they're only going off of the information that they're saying. You said, is that okay? Is making assumptions okay? As long as you're making assumptions is fine because it's just your opinion. It's when you start trying to enact or enforce that this assumption is like, it's
that, like confirmed.
Right. So like, for instance, I say, oh, he won a Mean Girl. I put a picture of the Mean Girls, right? That's just me giving commentary, my opinion on that, right? But what I would mess up is if I start saying like, oh, you feel me? Hey, you might as well get off of here because I know you only like white girls, bro. You might as well just go home. Matter of fact, here, bro, I'm about to hook you up with this Becky, bro, because I know you only date Beckys and stuff like that. That's when you're like,
did you say that? Because people are attacking it at the angle that you said that specifically.
Nope. I just showed the picture of the Mean Girls and I said, oh, he wanted Becky. Or I started naming off a whole bunch of different descents. I said he wants some Latin flair. He wanted Becky. He wanted this. You feel me? But apparently people took that as like I'm over here telling his man like I'm putting words in his mouth and stuff like that. It's like, no, I'm going off of the information that's on the screen. If you're telling me you went through 5 different body types of women with 5 different types of hair, you said Becky had enough slander. If you go through 5 different body types and you have athletic, you have slim, you have some of the heavier girl, you feel me? If you go through all those body types and you say I want a slim, I want an athletic build, and then you go to a girl that has the athletic build and you're like, nah, it's not to my typing. I like the hair. The hair is, something else. It's like, okay, we're only gonna be able to go off of the little bits of information you're getting. So naturally, it's like, okay, we gave you 5 different types of black girls with 5 different types of hairstyles, 5 different types of shapes, and none of them was the shape you like. None of them was the hair you like. So it's like, okay, so maybe you're not, because we only got so many archetypes of black women at this point. So maybe you're wanting something different, which is just an assumption. It doesn't mean that's a fact. Just because people say assumptions, that don't mean we're counting it as facts. We don't know him. I didn't go to that man's social media page. I'm just talking. I'm having commentary. You get what I'm saying? So who was supposed to speak next? It was Yeshua, then Universal. You went down, but I know you were still up here. So Yeshua go, and then Universal's next.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Good night, everyone. I haven't been on here in a long while, and the moment I'm back, I'm meted with this instigation and crash outs. I love it. So, her argument, I really think that I agree with KiteZz. Her argument was valid in the whole sphere of black women, black people, but in that context, and with him specifically, I don't think it really matched the context or pertain to him really. No, her entire point, even though it was a good point, her behavior, her rudeness disqualified it completely and actually make it worse for the black women and black people argument. Reason being, she brought his mother into it, she disrespected him, then she called his hair nappy, and then she even downplay his hair. Listen, I don't know how it is for you foreigners, but I'm in Jamaica. Men over here struggle so much with hair. I used to have locks, I couldn't get no job because they discriminated my locks, saying it's unclean, it's unprofessional. Even while I had high hair, they're saying that high hair in its natural state for men, unprofessional, can't get a job because of it. It doesn't look clean, it doesn't look right. Your hair have to be very low cut or you have waves or something. We have to be fighting is just know that we're getting the right to wear our hair naturally as men.
Oh, they didn't took him out. The CIA didn't stop this, brother.
Issue professionally. So her entire argument attacking him as if men doesn't have problem with hair just made my mouth. But listen, I love the crash outs. Keep them coming.
Shut up. Man. All right, Universal. Sorry for making you wait so long, brother. Go ahead, talk your talk.
Yeah, good night. My internet is kind of bad, so I don't know if you all are hearing me.
We can hear you crystal clear, man.
We hear you.
Okay. Well, I had logged off to go back and listen to exactly to what the brother said. Just to have his specific words, and his specific words that triggered the entire comment from her was that he prefers his woman with longer hair. Now, he didn't make any reference to what type of woman. He didn't say black woman. He didn't say he prefers thicker hair. He didn't say he prefers straighter hair. He didn't say that he prefers curlier hair. It's just one reference that he made, which was the length. Right now, speaking for myself personally, I'm speaking personally now. If I have only ever dated black women, but if a woman has a ras, I will immediately be turned off instantly. And if a woman has an open out hairstyle with no particular arrangement it, I will also immediately be turned off. So that woman there will immediately turn me off. Regardless of the length of her hair, just how it is, it will just based on how I was indoctrinated, brought up, and you can't just break indoctrination just like that. So it's a mental reflection on my part. From the time I see Ras, no, I have no problem with it, but it's not something for me, right? And I know the only difference between me and him is that, well, I have my hair in a wave cut, right? So I am actually practicing what I am preaching. So the difference with me and him is that he has his hair kinky and he wanting something. So, so it could come up now. If the lady had criticized him for being a hypocrite, I would have said that would have been a valid point, because he wanting something in a partner which he of himself is not willing to provide for himself. He's demanding a standard that he is not living up to, right? But for me, for my part, if I believe that whatever a man's standard is, once he is not hypocritical, once it's something that he is willing to replicate on his own, I believe that a man should have a right to ask for that, right? So, for example, if a man is a virgin and he's looking for a woman who's a virgin, he should have a right to that. If a man likes a certain type of hairstyle, right, and if he practices that, and if he's looking for that, I feel that he has a right to that as well. I don't see a problem with that. So therefore, in my mind, I am trying to determine why her comment could possibly be, well, it could be valid on the grounds that he is hypocritical. But if someone had, well, like how I keep my hair, like wave cut, and they asking for something along those lines, or something more, but let me say westernized, for want of a better word, or assimilationist, right? Now, it could be westernized, it could be assimilationist. Now, I am not propagating that narrative, right? So, as I said, because of my conditioning being brought up, it's difficult to break out of a conditioning, right? But it doesn't mean that your preference is invalid nonetheless. Once you're not being hypocritical, demanding something that you of yourself not willing to give out, right? So from that perspective, to my mind, her response was not valid. Yeah, so that's what I would like to put on the table.
Okay. Okay. So no, I really no, I get what you're saying, because actually it's funny because I made that point. I made that point of like you wanting a certain standard in the woman's hair, but then it's like you're also not maintaining your hair to that same standard. Like straight hair is typically seen as a clean type of hairstyle. Like we just heard Yeshua right now go through and talk about like how locks are considered to the modern world. They're considered unclean hairstyle. It's considered a messy hairstyle. And even out here in Cali, it's gonna be a lot harder for me to get a job with the locks versus when I have a fade. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand to that point. And like I said in there, it's like, if you're going to have a standard and that a woman keep a specific type of upkeep on your hair, you also should keep a certain type of upkeep for how you present yourself. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like me coming in here with my locks completely undone, completely messed up, you know, all this. And then I go to Alex, I'm like, yeah, man, if your locks ain't clean, I can't get with you. So I can see. So go ahead.
I was gonna ask, so that hairstyle that he has, that's considered unkept?
But there's the church that, what happened is that the church that I formerly attended, I don't go that church again, right? I have right? But because of that church, they did not accept locks, they didn't accept certain things. And that kind of, now I am trying to break out of it, but I am still in that mold, right? Where certain things, but you would think, well, this is how it's supposed to be. And then you realize, hey, even the disciples never had hair like that to begin with, right? So somebody is imposing a standard, but because that has been imposed on my mind for the past 20 years, it's not easy to break out of it. Right, so as I said, if I see Ras, now I have no problem with it, but it's not a woman who I could date, right? Although I only date black women, I cannot date a black woman with a ras. I cannot date a black woman who has her hair open out. I just can't do it. It will just automatically turn me off based on the upbringing that I have, and I am still trying to elevate myself from there, but I haven't reached that point yet, right? But at the same time, if I am asking for that, I need to be willing to give that, and I think that was why I would have criticized that guy on that grounds, that he's asking for something that he's not willing to provide himself, right? Yeah.
So to answer your question, technically, yes, his hairstyle as it is would be considered unkept, right? Because if a barber or a hairstylist would see that, and it would either, the natural result would be either sponge it out to give it more of a refined looking curl, or pick it out and give it that nice crisp afro style look.
Which his hair is sponged.
Nah, it doesn't look sponged. It
looks sponged to me.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I don't care about the guy's hair. If that's how you feel, then I'm not gonna tell you what it is. But easily somebody could say if they wanted to have a cleaner hairstyle, they would just tell him to pick it out. Just take a pick and pick it out and shape it. You get what I'm saying? So, but it also, you gotta remember, you gotta think about when we're saying to the professional world, or like the more serious eyes, like how we say locks in the black community is not an unclean, unkept hairstyle, right? We don't have a negative stigma towards locks. You get me? For the most part. But to other cultures, locks is considered messy, is considered all that. They won't let their cultures have that type of hair. And I see you making that expression. So if you have a question, then ask it.
I'm a counter that, because I've seen and heard a lot of black people against locks, and people that don't understand locks typically have that take. And there are a lot of black people that don't understand locks, because we've seen it even in Pop the Balloon, where there were men that came out with locks and the women did not like it, but they didn't mind braids. And it's the same thing. It's just one is combined matted hair and the other one is hair that you can unravel. They always say it's unkept, it looks unclean, it doesn't look presentable. Like,
that's why I said for the most part. When somebody says for the most part, that doesn't mean everybody is a universal thing. And that's also a part of the problem that we were facing in the YouTube part. People are not hearing when people say for the most part, or in certain occasion, or in groups of. When somebody says a statement like that, that means I'm not speaking for the entire group as a whole. I'm saying right now, if you look online, do you see people with, if you look in the 2023 all the way back to 2017, the most popular hairstyle in the black culture was locks. To the point where even other cultures started getting locks. You get what I'm saying? So it was widely accepted that locks was a general hairstyle. You get what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean everybody accepts locks though. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not saying everybody, and that's the same thing I said when we were talking about the hair on the video. I didn't say all black women have nappy hair. I didn't say all black women have curly hair. I didn't say all black women have short hair. But now people are going, yeah, Kites, man, y'all don't believe black women can have long hair. Nobody ever said that.
Right. No, I feel it.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Shout out Universal. Next we have Bird Lady Speaks. Go ahead.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry, my voice is gonna miss y'all.
It's dealing with them chickens.
Man.
Yelling at the chickens.
I'm in speech therapy, so we're trying to figure out what the trigger is. They're thinking it's acid reflux, so we'll see. But I don't really understand why people are so upset, because are we saying that black women can't grow long hair? Because all the man said was, I prefer a woman with long hair. As someone said before, he never said straight, he never said curly, he never said anything. He just said, I prefer a woman with straight hair, with long hair. For instance, like my husband, my hair, my locks are to my tailbone. I'm like, I want to cut my hair because it's hot. And he's like, I like your hair long. And he even used the Bible against me, like, a woman's hair is a glory. So I don't really understand where the upset is coming from, because we can have long hair. And how y'all was saying it, I had to go back and watch, because I really haven't been watching Pop the Balloons like that. I really had to go back and watch you guys, and it's like how Alex, I think, brought out, her hair is probably past, down her back. But it's just in that state. So I just did not understand, and I still do not understand why so many women, especially black women, are so upset, because the main people that talk about the black women who have that 4C type hair are other black women. But now all of a sudden, when a man says I want a woman with long hair, it's a problem. But he never said, I don't want a dark skinned woman, I don't want a light skinned woman, I prefer a woman with long hair. So I'm confused.
Oh, I mean, no, I get you.
And she came up with her own response.
She did her own
Rebel,
response video.
She came out with her own. She did her own response video, and that the way her hair is, that's her natural state. Like that's just what it is. She stretched it out in the video, not intentionally when she was talking. How some people, like, I pick with my hair a lot when I talk, but she was talking. Her hair was a good, at least shoulder length, collarbone length. Like she has, but what's long to some people may not be long to others. Yep. You know what I mean? But
because I told my husband when I talked about cutting my hair, I'm like, I want to cut it like up to my shoulders, because I want like a cute little bob look,
Right.
Yeah. And to him, that's short, but to me, that's long to me.
Right.
So I'm a little confused, and I think it's blown a bit out of proportion to bring. I know about the Crown Act. I work, in corporate. I have locks. I understand it. I get it. But I think this man is catching a lot of flack when he shouldn't be. That's his preference. He want a woman with long hair. Let the man have his woman with long hair. He didn't. And also another thing, he said, athletic one. Are there no athletic black women out there? We've seen them on Pop the Balloon. I can't say I watched the entire episode. And when I went to you guys, I was listening to it because I was doing some other things. So I don't know exactly what all the women look like on that episode. If there was some.
Yeah, I can show you.
Okay, thank you.
So there was actually some actual athletic built women on there, but when he got to them, his reasonings for not accepting them was like, it either went back to the hair or it went back to, I think one girl, he just said like other reasons, but I don't think he specified the reasons for why she wasn't the type. But there was some athletically built women up here. Some of them were models. All that type of stuff. So he went through. He said it's not the build. I mean, he didn't like the hair, I think, or it wasn't the build. It wasn't the build. Not the build. Not the build. And then I think these three. This is where he got into like the talking point arguments. I'm not sure if she argued with him or not, but yeah. And so in the video, we pointed out like, sir, you just said you wanted an athletically built woman, and then you found an athletically built woman, but then it went back to the hair conversation. So then it's like, okay, so somebody has to have the good hair and the athletic build. And it's like, if they have the athletic build and they don't have the quote unquote good long hair, then it's a no-go. If they have the good long hair, but they don't have the athletic build, it's a no-go. And so it was just like, yeah, but it's funny, people didn't, I even though we said it, and I went back to watch it, because a lot of the comments were saying that like, somebody said, KiteZz, if man can't have preference, and I'm trying to figure out, how do y'all watch a whole video and not hear the 4 or 5 times I said it's his right to have this preference, and it's his preference, and it's his right to have this in the video?
Yeah, you even brought up how women have their preference when they say, I don't want braids, I don't want locks, I don't want a bald head. I heard you say that in the video. Yeah. Valid. I heard you say that.
So did she watch a different video? Like what the freak going on?
Bro? Yeah, and I was listening. I had to go back and I was listening to it, but I specifically heard you bring up women of the past. In past episodes, how they have their preference. So yeah, you did say that, and I just listened to it. You said that. It's fresh. It's fresh in my mind. But yeah, that's all I had. I don't want to prolong it any longer. I want to let the next person come up. I'm surprised I haven't been kicked off yet. Where's Nitro? But
shout out to you, Bird.
I appreciate you guys, but yeah, I just it was just a little. I just didn't understand it, because even with the athletic, were the women skinny or were they actually athletic? Because I know I watch a lot of T's video and the women are skinny, but there's a difference between an athletic woman, because he talks about the calf muscles, he talks about the biceps, the triceps, the shoulders, the back. I can't see all that, but men who really want athletic women, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're athletic. I'm skinny, but I'm not athletic. But I don't have all of that. So it could be something just as simple as he's looking for, the way the shoulders are. It could be something as simple as that. I don't know, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm not supposed to be talking, but I can't help it. I love y'all.
We love you too.
Thank you for stopping by, Bird Lady. Take care.
Bird Lady, I need you to ship me out an ostrich. I need that. I need an ostrich. I know you're the plug. I know you can get
me too.
Hey, yes, sir.
Yeah, me too. Hey, real quick before I step down, I honestly think because he didn't get a chance to do the whole "okay, I'm gonna have you pop 3 balloons" kind of segment. I think because of that, the only thing he could really go off is, no, he's not really my type. But I think if he would have had more of a chance of, ask questions and maybe hear the ladies out, then maybe, he probably wouldn't have stated, the hair comment about a few other ladies and stuff like that. Maybe.
I think he only referenced hair one time.
Yeah, he did.
He
and
referenced
that was kind of unfair.
Yeah. It all went down in that segment.
Yeah.
That's what
right.
In that they all popped on him. So in that regard, like, he had the opportunity to elaborate more on each woman specifically.
He chose
but
not
he kept
to.
it short and simple, and he chose not to. But I don't know. But probably maybe if he knew he was gonna get that wasn't even a conversation, but the debate or the argument that he was gonna get beforehand, he probably would have clarified a little bit more. Or the young lady at the end, I feel like she gave him more room to speak and have conversation. That's crazy. I just lost my train of thought. That is crazy work.
He brought up hair twice. He brought it up twice. One of the girls that popped on him.
Okay.
He brought it up his reason why she wouldn't be his type. I think it was this one right here. But this is the part where I started saying, but wait, she has the athletic build that you were just talking about. And it's like,
her and her have the most athletic build out of everyone else.
Yeah, these three, because this one's a model, this one's in marketing, so she keeps her shape up. And I forgot what she did, but she also said that she likes to
she's a nurse.
Yeah,
she said she
likes to keep herself together and all that. So it's there was athletically built women up there, but this one, he Thanos snapped her with the hair thing, so she didn't even get to fight back. She's got poofed out of there. So, but yeah, shout out Stay Down Peasy. All right, let's get to Kish. Oh, I don't want to butcher her name. We'll say Kishaya.
Oh wait, there she go.
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
yes, ma'am.
Hey. It's been a while. Thank you.
I know.
Yes, it's been a while. So I'm just going to make it short, simple, because I know everybody's been constantly on the topic about women and hair. So yes, I'm going to be very blunt and honest. I'm going to be open and honest about it, because everybody has their own preference, right? The way he came out on the show. First things first, yes, he likes a woman that is athletically built, taking care of yourself, keep yourself going. Yes, because wellness is very important. I get that. But what concerns me was each woman that he talked to, it was either the lady with the polka dot dress on. I think her name is Rebel.
Rebel.
She has that I love
yeah.
on with the boots on. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, Rebel.
Their appearance was like kind of weird, kind of off, but it's the way how he came up to these women. Like, oh, it's the hair. Then the second one, I don't like her style. And then when it came to the third and the fourth, it's like, oh, they're not athletically built. Then the fifth is like, oh, I don't like her shape. So it's like, make it make sense. So when he came to the sixth, what's her name again? Because she's athletically, shape. She's in good shape. But what triggers me was, no. The sixth.
The one,
the one in the black.
before her.
Yeah, the one in the black. Yeah.
Before, I get the schoolgirl later. The one before, yeah. She's perfectly in shape, very slim. Both of these women are perfectly in shape. That's my opinion. Very slim. And that's what triggers me when he said, I have a particular preference. So yes, I feel some type of way because I can relate to that because I'm a Black woman myself. And of course, I have a hard time keeping up with my hair, but I do whatever I can, whether it's wig, whatever, whether, you guys don't like it or not, but that is, he has a preference. That's his preference. But what triggered with the schoolgirl, her name's Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
It triggered, I feel her pain because it triggered me is how he said it. So it really triggered me to the point like, wow, if that's the point, and this is all different colored women in the room. If you can read the room clearly, I'm going to call it out for what it is. And yes, she did went overboard. She didn't let him get the chance to speak. She didn't let him get the chance to talk because she was on defense mechanism because of how he said he has a particular preference. So if you like to date other women outside the race or whatever different ethnicity, that's up to you. Fine, to each his own. But, again, not all Black brothers are not like that. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I don't think that. And again, all women, every woman comes in all different shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter what skin color. It doesn't matter what hair texture. I mean, there are Black women with beautiful long hair. I have even friends of mine that wears front lace wigs, but when she take that wig out, her hair is, I say, wow. You know what I mean? But again, to each his own. But that is the most thing that trigger mostly Black women because we have a hard time keeping up with our hair. Think about the products that we have to put in our hair. Like I remember putting perm in my hair. Think about the chemical products. Sometimes you got to think about in the health concern wise, like the chemical products that you put in your hair. And you wonder why is this happening? Like, hormone imbalance and so much more. I mean, the list goes on. If you think about it, that's why we are facing that type of trauma. But for him to say that it was triggering, and I feel for her. I feel her pain. But again, it's the way how to respond it, make it short, simple, let him say his piece. Let him say whatever preference he want and minimize the conversation. Just like Shorty at the end, I like the fact she was very respectful. She let him say whatever he has to say and just kept it moving. But it was just, if you read the room clearly, come on. And then when I went over the comment section, when I was watching Pop the Balloon, it was just mind boggling because most of these men was praising him. Let's keep it 100. Most of y'all was praising him. Y'all was praising him. Yeah, but see, again, if this was a Black woman and the room is filled, like the whole lineup was all Black men, whether they light skin or whatever color, and she says, oh, you're short. I don't like your height. Oh, he's too light skinned. He has nappy hair. He's not, I don't like his shoes, or any kind of excuses. Of course, there's going to be one particular person that's going to be triggered. So we have to be careful how we say things. Yes, at the end of the day, and I'm going to leave this final message, okay? Love has no color, okay? And I meant that with my heart. I want all of you to listen to what I have to say and listen to this message. Love has no color. There's no color. There's no room for any type of colorism, okay? It starts with us. It starts with us as a person, as a whole. We need to cut down the racism, the preference. Oh, you choose Becky with the blonde hair. Do you? If you choose what I don't mean to pick up some guys' names like Brandon because he's white, or Jose because he's Latino, and you don't like your black brother. Do you? That is your preference. But at the end of the day, you have to learn to love yourself. I wish people will listen, understand that. Stop going back and forth. Stop asking me questions when I left that on the comment section. I said that with my whole heart because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing this on the show. It makes all of us look bad. It makes everybody look bad, including us black people. Learn to love yourself. Share that love with other people. We need that. And that's all I got to say. Thank you so much. God bless.
No problem.
Talk
Thank
your
you.
talk. Hey, talk your talk. Somebody said, but there are black women with long hair. Why do you keep assuming he wants the other? Because when they asked him about the black women with long hair, the goalpost moved from hair to shape. And then when he had one that has actually technically, let's keep it a band here. Keep it a band here, right here. This lady's hair is actually long. She has long hair. It's actually just has a curl pattern, and she's also in shape. But instead, it still was not long enough. So the problem people are having with it is the goalpost kept moving. And so once you move the goalpost a certain amount of times, people are gonna start assuming, especially because like they just said, we didn't get to hear his type. Because he had an opportunity to tell us his type when he was saying why these women are his type, but he kept it short and simple, right? I understand he may not have wanted to talk, but when you don't give people clarification, they're going to only go off of what they think it could have been. Maybe he wasn't feeling one of them sisters and save face, and him not liking those sisters doesn't mean he doesn't like sisters. Yes, but that can help him, but that doesn't help him like you think it does either. Because now by him wanting to save face and do that, which is perfectly fine, you leave the door open for people to assume because they don't have an answer. So saving face is cool. He did calm thing, whatever, but you can't be mad at people when they're going off of the little bit of information you willingly gave them. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you just say like, oh, I can't stand anything sweet. I can't stand anything sweet. People are gonna naturally think, okay, he doesn't like candy. You don't like candy. You say you don't like anything sweet. You don't like candy. But then he says, but I love Sour Patches. I don't understand why y'all didn't think I like Sour Patches. Like, they're going off of what little information they got.
Dorian is next.
Yeah. My fault, Dorian.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Word. So, I just want to address up a little bit of what the previous speaker was saying. And I'm not saying this because I want to dismiss what she was saying, but herein lies the problem. The lady had that debate/aggressive dialogue with it because that's what it was. She was offended on the behalf of someone else, as well as whilst being offended for someone else, she disrespected his mother and ascribed negative traits to him and his mother. When he calmly just stated, yeah, there's longer hair. You can say he was being far too, vague. He was vague in all his answers. But ultimately, that doesn't give you the space to disrespect him. You can feel however you want, but these were women in their late 20s, early 30s. This is my problem with this discussion. You can feel trigger, but the world does not then deserve your ire because of your triggers. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
This is my biggest problem. And that's why people I think at some point she said they were praising him. No, they were praising him for his patience because she threw a temper tantrum at him. And notice all the other women going, yes, sis, yes, sis. Bro, y'all are childish. Even if he genuinely thought ignorant things about black women's hair, y'all wouldn't know because he conducted himself like an adult. Most people aren't good liars. He would have told on himself eventually. But we'll never know because homeboy hit it well enough.
Yeah.
And therein lies the problem. As well as something very simple. Most of them rejected him. So he was just keeping it vague. Just like the women did themselves the entire video. Even when the bald homeboy came out, his head was kind of oddly shaped. It was like, oh yeah, initial attraction. Oh, I don't know. Bruh. He at least gave some sort of vague answer. They were like, oh yeah, he's extremely handsome, but I don't know what I don't like about lies. That's what's known as lies. They know. But that's all for me.
Hey, talk your talk.
Coddling adults is just a bit off to me because these women are like almost a decade older than me, and we're all like, yeah, but their feelings. Talk about your feelings with your therapist. Don't explode on random people you don't know.
Well, hold on.
What's up?
I was coasting. I was sailing with you, but you lost me on that last part. Not saying that like, hey, like don't push your feelings off on people. No, not that part. But okay. It's rocky for me because somebody vocalizing the way they feel could actually in turn be a voice speaking up for somebody that's not there to speak up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things that we have accomplished as black people is because somebody complained about things or their feelings in certain stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying throw a temper tantrum because I agree. Like I said, she had a good message that would have worked anywhere else but here. You get what I'm saying? But because she chose to target the wrong person for that, the message is completely gone because you basically threw a temper tantrum and the guy barely said like 3-4 words.
Pull up the clip that I tagged you in.
That's my point though.
No, I get you. I'm just saying that's where you had like, you feel me? You lost me a little bit on that. Can you clarify that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
Hi, I'm.
Oh, what about this clip, my dear?
Click on it.
Oh, you want me to just play it?
Yep.
Okay.
Shaylin and I'm 30.
Shaylin, what do you do?
I'm a nursing student.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm copping out. It's because you're short.
Okay.
And I don't like men that argue with women. All that going back and forth is crazy.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice. She'll catch. But then again, she's a girl's girl.
Keep
you a follower.
Keep it cute.
You a follower, love.
Keep it cute,
You
buddy.
weren't about what I'm telling the next woman. You a follower.
Here you go, argue
Worry
with
about
women
what I tell
again.
you.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not about being argumentative. It's about really letting you women know what's the deal on a national television show, YouTube.
We're not
right?
interested. It's okay.
It's all
Just
good.
take
You
it
don't have
the
to be
chin.
interested, but you're going to listen to what I got to tell you after
Let's
you
move
say
on.
what
Let's
you
move
said,
on.
right?
Let's move on.
It's all fair game.
All right. Your name.
Now, what was the point of this clip, my dear?
Does it look familiar for what we just watched?
It's the same thing.
My hands is up.
It's the same thing.
My hands is up.
It's the same thing.
My hands is
It's
up.
the same thing.
My hands is up.
It's the same thing.
Nah,
Right message. The message could be right, but the delivery and the person giving the message could be completely wrong. I'm not saying that Sandy was in the wrong for feeling how she felt, but she could have voiced her opinion and felt how she felt, but delivered it in a different way. Because I don't agree with her bringing his mom into the picture, into the conversation, and I don't agree with her not allowing him to speak up for himself or counter what she's saying or clarify what her assumptions were about him. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Brian's emotionally volatile. Homeboy got a Napoleon complex.
Hey, don't talk about high value like that. How dare you? Watch your freaking mouth.
Mr. Top Tier.
Top tier,
My
Brian,
fault.
bro.
Big
Watch your
unk.
mouth. Big hug. The big hug.
It's the same thing. And I'm gonna point this out too. I don't like it when we do end up having these conversations in this type of space, and it's a lot of women not gonna like me for it, but it's the women get more mic time in these types of situations than the men. There's no arguing, there's no going tit for tat, there's no going back and forth when it comes to conversations like this. And at the end of the day, this wasn't even a conversation. This was Sandy getting her gripes and grievances out about how she felt about his comment towards another woman, but the woman that he said it towards wasn't even offended. She understood where she was coming from, but the conversation wasn't about Rebel anymore. The conversation was about Black women and their hair as a whole. It wasn't about Rebel anymore.
I feel like,
yeah.
I feel like, now my dear, I don't mean to do this, but I think what you're saying is 100% facts. I just feel like, because you're not the first person to bring up Brian, I think the problem is y'all using the worst possible example to talk about how the women get to talk more. You guys, look, y'all can use any other male example, but y'all use like
Aaron the plumber.
That's even worse. Like y'all using the no, this is only towards the men not getting talking time. Y'all, when y'all bring this up, y'all are bringing up, when y'all say like the men don't get to talk, they talk. Y'all bring up Brian, Dr. Elam, Aaron the plumber. Y'all bring up what's homeboy? Chandler. You feel me? It's like the women do get to talk more. That's 100%. We're not objecting that. It's just these guys, the examples y'all choose are the worst ones. I can make a 10 plus minute video of just Brian talking on Pop the Balloon. You feel what I'm saying? He get a lot of talking time. He got 2 episodes, a whole catch up, or BM or whatever. BM talks to him. He got a whole. You feel me? This man has talked a lot. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But I get what you pointing out though. 100%. I get it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Dorian, man.
Beast.
All right, Aztec, it's up. You up, man?
Man, that's crazy. Wow. I would say in general, when it comes down to this particular issue, I don't think the guy read the room. He held himself, and the girl held herself. One wanted a viral moment. The other one just simply didn't read the room. He was just stupid. He was an engineer. He did this stress test, and it failed. That's what it comes down to. He didn't read the room. He walked in, gunshots happened. He said the hair's too short. He got executed. It is what it is. What much more you want me to say, bruh? Hey, you got firing squad.
Why you painted it out like he just joined the lobby and got smoked. He turned the mic on, said one word, and died.
He tried to rush B and he got smoked for it. He tried to defuse the bomb and it blew up. Like he tried to do the whole Genjutsu thing and it just backfired, bro. He had to reverse the ring gun, bro. Like it just backfired. He couldn't see the future. He saw the past. It's over for him. He's cooked. There's nothing he can do. Just walk away. That's all he gotta do. Walk away. He didn't walk away.
This man said he got a reverse Genjutsu. That man tried to see the future and saw the past.
Bro, like he tried everything. He walked into the She Woman Men Haters Club. He didn't know what it was. He walked in the wrong hood, homie. It is what it is, bro. He found the wrong car stock. It's a wrap for him. He'll never get a black girl now. He's stuck with Becky forever. That's his curse. He cooked. He might as well engineer his way a little AI girlfriend. He is done. He gonna have little keyboard babies. It's over for him. He's done, bro. It's the ignorance. Sorry. I'm just calling for what it is. He let Mrs. Peanut Head roast him, and then she came for Mr. Peanut Head when they're a whole payday bar. Come on now. They got the same shaped head. It's over for him. Cooked.
I don't think y'all understand. The reverse genjutsu is elite ball knowledge, bro. Like he really talking his talk right now. That's why that crap is so funny, bro. The reverse genjutsu is elite ball knowledge, bro. Like you gotta know the show to know what he just said, bro. That's why that crap is so funny, bro. Hey, shout out to Aztec, man. All right, man. All right, Mr. Yankee, go ahead, man. Oh, all right.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, what's up,
God
Mr.
bless
Yankee?
everybody in the pot.
Make sure you keep it G, Mr. Yankee. Keep it PG. PG.
I'm gonna keep it G and short. I'm gonna keep it G and short and sweet. The thing I wanted to say, and listening to both sides of the spectrum and seeing it on both sides, I can say, yeah, Aztec had it right. He didn't read the room. He should have did like Homer Simpson. You know the meme. You know the GIF. For the bushes, I would have done a Homer Simpson and just walked away, because Dorsey's character, though he had an understanding, he did, and he had a preference. 9 out of 10, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have said, well, nice meeting you. Have a nice day. I would have just moved on, because at that point in time, when they've already popped on you like a firing squad, you really don't have nothing much to say. There's nothing really to say, even though he didn't even get an opportunity to speak on what he wanted and stuff. After the fact that what's your preference and stuff like that, you know. But at that point in time, would they really care about what he would be looking for as far as in a woman? And I've said this once, and I've said this a couple of times, and I think I sent it to you on your as far as outside of chat and on the and on social media. I think it's getting to the point now where this is just me, and I asked the flock this question: should, if possible, our election open the floodgates and have other races or people of color be on the show, even though it's our show? I'm not trying to discount that, and I'm not trying to do anything, but do you feel as though, with the exception of certain Caucasians, do you feel that other brown people should be on the show? I pose that question.
They've had other races on the show.
Really? I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen majority.
They've had a Mexican woman on the show. They've had a Mexican man on the show. It's just not the majority. They apply.
I just feel as though they need to expand more horizons. I just feel it, because they're that we're getting the same regurgitation of stuff happening. Now it's starting to come to fruition. Hope y'all read my stat that I just put in the Discord.
Yeah,
that's what Netflix is for, though. We got that. That's what Netflix was for. The multicultural diversity.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to what's that word?
Gentrify?
Demonstrify, or no, not gentrify. It's
demonize.
Yeah, they try to demonize that. That's the demonization of what this show is. Like, it's okay to say in narcotic terms, the YouTube is pure, 100%. Fine China. This, I'm gonna say like Nino Brown in New Jack City. Crack. Just crack. That's comparing the shows now. I don't want no minstrel show that's on Netflix. I want the same class, stature, elegance, swagger, bravado, cojones on this show on YouTube. See me? I want to see different specks of the rainbow on YouTube. Hell, I wouldn't be opposed of some snow. I wouldn't be opposed of it. But in the same token, though, it needs to be a little bit more, how should I put it, classified and with elegance, man. I want that elegance like we saw in the first 10 seasons. Because right now, I'm getting to the point now where this is worse than a soap opera. It's worse than your worst soap opera on Zeus. And that's saying something. It's going to Zeus territory. When it gets to Zeus territory, Houston, we got a problem.
I'm not affiliated with them. I don't even know what show you talking about.
You don't want to know. Just
don't come here. No, you got to read between the lines.
It's a missile show.
Hey, May. That's none of our business, Mr. Yankee. I don't want no smoke now. All right.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I understand. I ain't got the budget to have this conversation. That's what I'm saying. I don't got the funds to have this type of discussion. You feel what I'm saying? Like we good.
Got you.
All right,
another network that's from Z.
Shout out to Mr. Yankee.
Shout out Mr. Yankee.
Shout out Mr. Yankee. All right, Smiley, and then we got the king of the flock. Then Jalen, and then Chris.
To add on to the Zeus thing that he said,
I guess we just not paying attention to the cues, dog. Like, what's up?
No. All I have to say is, she said her favorite thing was Zeus. I knew we wasn't finna work out.
No, Smiley, you gotta read in between the lines, bro.
Listen,
I'm sorry.
When this channel hit a
don't
million,
say their name.
When we get 1 million subs, then we can say this conversation. We not there yet to have that conversation. You feel what I'm saying?
1 million subs.
I need
you got
a
1 million
lawyer.
subs in a bodyguard.
I need a
You got 1
lawyer,
million
bro.
subs in some bodyguards.
That's what I'm saying. I am not equipped for this conversation, bro. I ain't trying to have no car fly through my front door, man. I'm cool.
Sign me up.
I'm cool.
No, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
But on a more serious note, though, the more passionate one in the argument loses, and you saw how he was humble and composure. He kept his composure. Usually, people will side with that, and I don't agree that all man was just on his side. All red pill man was on his side. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say.
You didn't unleash the bear. It don't matter what I think. You just said the forbidden word.
You didn't open up the.
What did I say?
It's okay, brother. We gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out, man. We gonna figure it out, man.
Let me come down. I'm sorry.
Smiley, this ain't chili. This ain't chili mode, brother.
This man, he didn't open up my ops. You know what, bro? I said I was standing on 10 toes with aggression on anything, so I'm gonna stand on business, bro. I got you, Smiley. He can say it because I said he can say it.
I don't even have 10 toes.
All right.
I got 12. Extra stability.
Miles.
What's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, see, you didn't say the best. You didn't say the hitters for last, huh? Just
yeah.
Came out here with it, man. How y'all doing, man?
I didn't save the flock Illuminati for last, man.
That's crazy. I'm not associated.
The flock
I'm not
Illuminati
associated
at
with
the
it.
end, bro.
Nah, bro, you got it.
Man, and I like this topic because me doing women's hair in the past. I do feel like I got some insight to this. Okay, so like I'm gonna kind of break down what happened and show you exactly what happened verbatim. Okay, gentleman came out and just said, Rebel, nice name by the way, said her hair was short and he preferred long. That's what he said. What the ladies heard in their mind was, you black pickaninny, you cotton picking, sharecropping, nappy headed. Like, no, you get out of here with that. We don't want you here. That's what they heard, but that's not what he said. And then they kind of lashed out. Some kind of lashed out mainly because of womanhood, the whole sisterhood thing. She lashed out. I believe she lashed out more because of that NBA player she was messing with. And she really lashed out based off some of the caliber of men that she be dealing with. And she kind of took it offense and put him in that box in the sense, and that's kind of what I saw. I didn't think he was overly wrong, because I mean, as a guy who does women hair, I'll be honest, before I did women's hair, I didn't know much about women's hair. I didn't really think about it like that because we just wasn't thinking about it. We were just playing, sports and doing men's stuff. We didn't know, So I mean, is he wrong for what he said? Not really. I could see why women would be a little upset about it, but in hindsight, 2020, he wasn't like, he didn't like shame her to calling her some type of like, oh, you look like you pick cotton, or you look like you from the Jim Crow era. You know what I'm saying? Like it's worse things that could have been said. And he didn't. I thought he was a kind of a gentleman about the situation, and he caught the stray. Okay, model chick, she was rude on all fronts. She pretty much made it look bad. She, like y'all said, she had a great point. I think she just bad execution. I definitely give Arlette more flack, if anything, for her ability to let that go on as long as it did, because I see when guys get the going like that, oh, she'll stop it and just move forward. Okay, let's move forward. Let's go on. And it's not even just with like the wild boys either that be on the show. She's done it with a few guys. When they go off a little bit too much, and a lot of times the guys get, they get a lot of questioning from BM and Arlette, and I just feel like they do kind of pander to the women slightly. Hopefully BM does like a BM talks to them and maybe like speak to her some, which I think would be nice, because she did kind of go a little overboard to the point where it's making the guy look really bad. And I kind of hope that the guy personally, because I don't think he was a bad guy, but this show is pretty viral and people have been, attacked, pretty much when they leave the show by just people who watch the show. He could very well be in his car going to the store and somebody said, oh yeah, you was that guy that didn't like short hair. Spit on his window. Throw an apple at his car. I mean, that can very well happen. I mean, that's why everybody kind of making jokes about it. I'm not making jokes about that because you don't know what could happen. It could be that one girl that, didn't like his response and got like 3 boys with him, and he's at the store and now he get beat up because of what happened. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, at some point, and I've been a part of situations like that. One of my homies was making fun of a girl who was fat and had crooked teeth on a comedy show. And I'm like, bro, you don't see that she got all them gangsters with her? Like, what is wrong with you? And pretty much didn't go well. It did not go well. And he got hurt, actually. Yeah, it was actually back in Harlem. He found out. He got hurt really bad on 135th and Madison. Yeah, he got hurt pretty badly.
Whoa, Fed? You giving out the location of the crime? What's up, man?
Just telling you the truth. It was not. Everybody know that area. It's right. It's not that far going towards the Bronx. And it just that happens though. A girl can be upset, and then guys get in their feelings and want to do something to make her feel better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just hope that he doesn't lose his job or he doesn't lose his career because of Pop the Balloon and her ability to over exaggerate it the way she did. Granted, she made a good point, but she was kind of putting gasoline on the fire that didn't need to be for that reason. And I just don't want her to get any trouble, and I don't want him to get in any trouble. I want them to just go home and have their lives great and nothing happens. Because there's a Pop the Balloon and then there's a post Pop the Balloon. And we know there's stuff that happens behind the scenes. We all hear about it. It's crazy stuff that happens behind the scenes. And I'm actually interested to see what happens behind the scenes with this, because we know some of these Pop the Balloon contestants, they tend to hang together after the show's over. So I wonder what that conversation is going to be like, because I know they're going to have one. It's just a matter of time and patience to find out what's going to happen. So
I think they'll be fine. It's just we got to understand, it's just a moment in the internet. Like, it's literally just a moment. It happened. It's going to come and go. Yeah. But I think what's going to make it worse is if when we have these conversations, just leave it at that. Just leave it at the end of the conversation. We don't need to keep talking about it for days and months on end, and people don't need to go attacking them in their DMs and attacking them in the comments. Like, you can say what you want to say, have your opinion, and all that other kind of stuff. But when people get to threatening and doing all that other stuff, you're just not mature enough to be on the internet. That's all that tells me. Because it's not that hard for people to get on the internet and sue people for harassment and all this other kind of stuff, because I'm gonna admit, some people take it way too far. Way too far. It's not to be taken that deep. Like, it's just a moment in time on the internet. That's it.
Can I add one more thing, and then I'm out.
Yeah, go ahead, Miles.
To add, I know the like we already discussed about how, like, well, women would say things like men's hair with, I don't like a bald head, or I don't like your dreads, and there is that little double standard there that we always debate about. I just wanted to touch on the height thing real quick because we did have Brian's clip on there. And, the thin hair for Black women is very disrespectful. Using words like nappy to describe Black women's hair is very disrespectful because there's no such thing as nappy. It's just extra curly. But I wanted to touch on the height thing because to a man, when you disrespect a man's height, for us as men, it's disrespectful to us because it's like you're telling us we're not man enough to take care of business. And it's like calling us boys in a sense. It's like calling us like, oh, we're children because we're not man enough to handle business. So when women be like, oh, I don't like your height, it's like oh, you're not tall enough to handle me. And it's like for a man, it's like kind of disrespectful because
I got a
you
question.
can get somebody that's 5'7". Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
Does it apply for when men reject women because they're too tall or too short? Does that apply also?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think if a woman is disrespecting if a man is disrespecting a woman's height, and you're saying like, oh, like you need to be smaller, like you're not woman enough, you too big, like you built like a dude, and I think that's disrespectful too. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring up the reason why I did the cross reference with Brian.
Hold on, my dear, 1 second. I'm sorry. I caught somebody in the genjutsu. Somebody fell for it. Flash, you fell for it. Flash, you fell for it. You fell right into it. You fell right into it, Flash. You fell right into it. Dang, brother. You fell right into it, man. There has been plenty of women on these episodes. There's been plenty of women on these episodes that we have reacted to that have been rejected because they were either too tall or they were too short. There has been plenty of women on these episodes. The problem is, the reason why it's not coming up to your mind to think about it is because it doesn't get gassed up like it does when men get rejected. There have been plenty of women that have been rejected because they were too short, and there has been women that have been rejected because they are too tall. It happens more often than we give it credit for. So I'm sorry, you fell for the genjutsu, man. I'm sorry. You're in there.
Go ahead, he's saying he's never heard no woman has been told she wasn't woman enough because she's short.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
what
wow.
do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a man that's ever been told he's never been man enough because he's too tall. Like, that's semantics.
Well, in female translation,
I like a big dog.
I don't want to date a man. I don't want to date a man that's shorter than me because I feel like when we go out, I don't think he's gonna be able to protect me. That's kind of the same thing. That's kind of the same thing.
But then what about when dudes talk about the women, the shorter women, and say it like that, and they talk about, oh, she's not gonna be able to give me the kids that I need. I want basketball players. She can't give me the kids that I want.
It's
right?
the same thing.
It's the same thing.
So
like I was.
Oh, go ahead, my dude. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You good?
Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
No, my point flew out the window. I'm sorry. Go ahead, my dude.
Mine did too. Go.
You know y'all in love.
Go ahead.
You know y'all in love. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I'm just saying when it comes down to the height thing on the men and women's aspect, like people gotta admit both sides get, like, everything that women get rejected for, men get rejected for. Everything that men get rejected for, women get rejected for. It's like it happens.
I don't know about that.
Okay, what do
women? I don't. Well, I mean, I know, like, I don't want to be too vulgar, but I know, like, when women say about, like, the height thing on a man, it's not the equivalent to the other side, because I know when women say it, they don't want to say the truth. You know, a lot of times they choose the height because, what's the old saying? Oh, big feet, big meat. You know what I'm saying?
No, it does happen on the other side, because a lot of men say they only date shorter girls because it's quote unquote it feels tighter on shorter women. Like, if we're gonna go there, let's keep it stacked. A lot of dudes say that. A lot of dudes say the reason why they like smaller girls is because they can do more with them, and they quote unquote feel it feels better. Like, let's go. We can take it there. It happens.
Did they really say that for real? Like, I don't.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know.
I just feel like the internet. Oh, I don't know how the internet, like, there's sides to these arguments that y'all have not heard. I've only been alive 28 years, and I've heard all these arguments. So I don't know if Callie just different, like, but bro. That's
No,
part of the
Cali
reason.
Cali ain't that much different than New York City. It ain't that much different. We wild too out here. It's the same thing.
You
We might
said,
just say things slightly different.
You said,
but
"Come
it's
on,
the
man."
same stuff, though.
"Come on, man. We're making things up, bro." One of the biggest stigmas that men have put on Japanese women was because they were smaller women. What are we talking about? Japanese women out here in California are super sexualized because they're smaller and we call them quote unquote petite. What are you talking about? It happens all the time. Y'all do y'all not go outside? Asian women, not just Japanese women, Asian women in general. My fault. Not just not only Japanese women, Asian women in general. I'll clear that up. It happens all the time. Y'all are being so disingenuous right now, bro. East especially.
Well, I just hope that that both of them go home and safe, and they just have, both of those two just are safe and nothing gets done to them, or the public don't bother them. That's the only thing I hope for, that they just can still have a good job and a good career. Both Sandy and the contestant, I forgot his name. Because I think they're both good people. I think they just was hitting the crossfire that didn't need to be, and it's okay. I just think that it just was a moment, and I hope everything is resolved later on, and they got a Coke and a smile, and they all just kind of just learn from each other and just move on from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right. Who was supposed to go next? Was it supposed to be Jalen or Chris?
Jalen.
Go ahead, Jalen. Talk your talk, man.
All I gotta say is with the whole hair thing and all that, basically this whole conversation generally, it's never really gonna not be a big issue until we can, on both sides, collectively have the conversation without getting offended. As long as we just have that, spirit of offense, in a sense, we can't never have the hard conversations to the point where we can, deal with the issue. It's just gonna turn into attacking each other every time.
I agree.
All right. Shout out to it. Yeah, bro. It's like, I don't know how people ain't heard about the small woman thing, bro. There's a reason why the fun size fetish is a thing. Like, I don't know how people haven't heard, I like my girl's fun size. The fun size fetish is an actual thing. It's like, come on, bro. Y'all, go ahead, my dear.
To clarify real fast, the reason why I did the cross reference between Brian and Sandy is because it's more of like, you got to look at the delivery of what they're both saying. He's in defense about men being called short and this, that, and the third, and she's in defense about men having something to say about black women's hair. It's the same kind of fight, and it's the same delivery, but no one's gonna listen to you when you're coming out with that type of aggression, that type of tone, that type of demeanor. Like, you can have the conversation without it turning into an argument or you being flat out disrespectful to the opposing sex. That was my whole point of doing the cross reference thing. It had nothing to do with height. And I think a lot of the issue is too, when we're talking about something, I feel like on both ends, we tend to stray away from the initial topic, the initial talking point of what is being talked about. Like, if we're talking about hair, height, and what women say about men and this, that, and the third, it shouldn't be brought up and vice versa. If the topic is hair and it's us talking about hair, leave it at hair. Because I feel like a lot of people always want to move the goalposts, but I bet y'all won't be talking about this, and this when women talk about height, when women talk about career, when women talk about money, or y'all won't be talking about this, that, and that when men talk about height, when men talk about weight, when men talk about hair, when men talk about this. Like, leave it at the topic at hand. If it's hair, leave it at hair. Nobody's talking about height. Nobody's talking about finances. Nobody's talking about gender roles. We're talking about hair. Simple as that.
Oh, that is true. That goalpost movement is the number one playbook of the internet.
Every argument, every conversation, and it should be more of a conversation. And it's, there's things that we know as women because we're women, and there's things that y'all know as men because you guys are men. But it's like, it's the constant tit for tat, or it's like the constant we always have to be included in each other's spaces, but we don't want to listen to each other while we're in each other's spaces, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if he has something that he wanted to say, he can't say it. But the conversation is about him having a preference and what he likes in women. But the second that, a woman didn't like what he has said, he can't even oppose. He can't even, you know what I'm saying?
Chris, that's what women do. Chris, you realize that this whole entire discussion is fueled behind tons of men being upset because she went off about the hair thing, and their main argument is, so men can't have preference but women can. That's the whole thing that's being said. It's not women making this argument right now, it's the men making this argument. The whole I got
only 3 women came up.
Yeah, I have the whole YouTube video that we got going on right now is men trying to make the argument that they don't have preference and they don't do this. It's like, what are we talking about? It's a woman thing. They both sides do it. My video is full of people talking about, so KiteZz, men can't have preference, even though in the same video I said like 3 or 4 times they have a right to their preference. It's the men still in there making this argument. So it's like, I'm very well, what I'm saying is women are, all right.
They always move the goalpost.
Yes.
So men don't move the goalpost?
Didn't I just say?
So men don't move the goalpost, Chris? Hello? Bueno?
Brother said bueno.
Hello? Y'all okay? Hello? What the freak was that?
He wasn't answering, so he probably needs to come back. I disconnected him. He wasn't answering.
Hey, that's my boy.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yo, hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm in the studios. I'm making diss tracks towards Miles. So the diss track towards Miles is supposed to come out soon. So check it out, though.
My hands is up. My hands is so far up. I can't be no higher.
No, but anyways, what I was saying is, yes, men do move the goalposts, which they shouldn't be doing, because us as men should be solid as a rock. When we start moving the goalposts, that states we are inconsistent. Yeah, women can do it because they are emotional. If you look at the sign of a female, the actual female sign, it's all over the place. If you look at the sign for the male, it is straight for a reason. We're supposed to be straight, solid, and stand on who we are as men. If we're moving the goalpost, we're not stable as men. It's like going into a house. You living on a house that's made out of sand and it falls on you. Who wants to live that way? I don't want to live that way. Do you, KiteZz?
Nope.
So we as men must be on solid foundation. So if you got men moving the goalpost, they're not solid. Now, women are allowed to do that because they're emotional. So they're allowed to go any direction they want. But we as men must choose one direction, one way, one mind. Now, by the way, none of this stuff is red pill. All this is
Chris pill. That's what it is. Chris pill. That's what
it's not
it is.
Red pill. This isn't a Bible.
It's Chris pill. That's what it is. It's a new pill. It's Chris pill. That's what it is.
No, this isn't the Bible. KiteZz. Doesn't Jesus say, build your house on rock, not on sand? Doesn't he say that in his word? Yes or no?
Yep, solid ground. Build your house on solid ground, like on a rock.
Thank you. None of that stuff is red pill. All that is spiritual. That's from the Bible, Miles.
Are you done?
Does the Bible actually apply to what you're saying?
What?
Does the Bible actually apply to what you're saying? Or are you just using it out of context?
Yes, I'm not using that out of context. If you look at the male and female sign, the male sign is straight. The female sign is in all different directions. There's a reason for that. Look at the actual sign. Look at the sexist signs. Look at them.
Is that biblical?
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it though?
Yes.
Where's it? What chapter and what verse? I got my Bible open. Hold on. Bible Gateway
Chromosomes.
.com. Yeah, where chromosomes at? Where are chromosomes at in the Bible, buddy?
Oh my gosh. DNA? Do you know what DNA
Where
stands
that
for?
at? Yeah, I
You
can
talking about
tell
Dana?
you what DNA stands for.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Mm-hmm. And
So
how
that's
does
what we're all made of. Right? Am I right?
See, what the
Now you're being a
Bible
scientist
tells
now.
me. What the Bible tells me is that I am a spirit, and I was created by God, and the body that I have will pass away. Not that I am the body, but I'm just here on this earth in said body. I am a spirit, essentially.
That's correct.
That's what the Bible
That is
tells me.
correct. But you're also made
So
up
how
of
did DNA and the sex
from your
chromosome?
actual parents. How do you think you're made? Your dad shot. Listen, your dad shot semen in your
I
mom.
know the birds and the bees, my guy.
Like, what point are you
I
even
know
trying to
the
make right now? What is the point you trying to make right now?
I'm
My
trying to
point
figure out
is,
how.
we as men are supposed to be solid. We're not supposed to be moving. We're not supposed to be switching goalposts. We're supposed to be solid. We're not supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to be solid as men. That's my point.
But then you tried to utilize the Bible to make this point correct, and it flopped.
No, it didn't flop because once again, just like Jesus said, we're supposed to be leaders of our household. Meaning, we're supposed to be solid.
How does that correlate to a sex chromosome? Never mind. You know what?
It's the same thing. We're supposed to be shooting in one direction. Everything is in one direction. Men are supposed to be in one direction.
Okay.
Don't let him give you a headache, Monet. Don't even do it.
So okay.
Nah, I just
I'm gonna break it down.
Sometimes. No. I
I'm just
just
waiting
get
for him to
curious
sign up for Pop the
sometimes.
Balloons.
You know, when
I'm still waiting for that to happen.
when I hear the Bible, I get a little giddy. So you know, I was I wanted to know, but I know enough.
That's why the
I just
Bible
know
says
everything because I'm in different
your
directions.
husband, meaning whatever mission he has, you're supposed to submit to that mission. That's what submit means.
But what if he doesn't know his mission?
Well, don't be with that guy. Just like I said last week.
Okay.
I keep saying the same thing every week.
All right. We gotta keep
Anybody
it
that
on
has
topic.
the answers.
Nah,
We gotta keep on topic.
Okay.
So-
I get. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna just say on this. I get what
That
he's
dude's he
trying.
got all the answers.
No.
No, for real,
I
he's never
get-
is wrong about nothing. Don't you think that's a problem, though?
I didn't say, bro. Like I didn't even say that. I'm saying.
How am I wrong? Right. Can you look up the male and female sign for me, please?
I think we should move on to another topic.
Me too.
Can I say something else outside of what these guys are talking about? First of all, none of these men on the show have the skill and mouthpiece like I do to get none of those women. That's why those guys are having
Oh
issues.
God! Please sign up for the show. Please sign up for the show. Oh my God! I'm
let me know when your episode is.
They're arguing with women about hair. Why
Go
are
to
you
Pop the
arguing
Balloon,
with women about
Indiana,
hair?
right now.
So yo, we not doing this for a third time in a row. We not
I'm
doing
just
this.
no.
for a
I'm
third
just saying
time in a
my
row.
no. I'm just saying my
After Kite
opinion.
is done explaining what he's explained, we're moving on.
Okay,
that's fine.
So Chris, I got the signs up. What was the
Okay, you see how that is pointing up? You see the direction how it's straight?
diagonal? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you see how it's the female sign is directional and it's all over the place? You see that?
It looks like a cross.
Okay. Okay.
So, okay, the way the male sign is,
Mm-hmm.
you see it's pointing in that direction, and that's the way men should be.
Right.
They should be in one direction. They should be solid. They shouldn't be moving the goalpost.
So
They should be consistent in everything that they do in life.
okay. So I feel you, right?
Mhm.
I'm probably about to blow your mind, right? I'm probably about to blow your mind
Go
here.
ahead.
Because I get what you're trying to say. I feel like this example was just not the example. So I'm about to blow your mind. So do you see how the male sign has 3 points, right? To create this arrowhead.
That's correct.
It is a point at the center, a point to the left, and then a point downwards, right? But the female sign also has 3 points. It's a point downward, it's a point to the left, and a point to the right. So I don't think people are going to be able to I get the arrow, it points in a direction, right? I can understand that, right? But it's like if you take the analogy into a deeper aspect, this point of the arrow is supposed to be able to perfectly fit in this point right here. You get what I'm saying? That's how the male connects to the female. You get what I'm saying? That's how the diagram works. But I don't think that's going to give people the like visual understanding, because a cross just means that it has potential to go in multiple directions. The point just means it's going in that one direction, which I get, but just because you have multiple directions to go, that doesn't mean that you have instability. You feel what I'm saying? Like, am I making sense? So I feel like that's probably why.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's why it's not gonna click. Aren't those signs for the male and female signs pagan in origin? I don't know, and this is not my argument, so I can't defend it nor go against it. This is not my argument. I didn't bring this in here. This is his. I don't know the origins of it. I just seen it in some textbooks. Like it's not me. But hey, all right. We're gonna move on to the next segment. Shout out to Chris. I see what you was trying to say though, Chris. I'm not gonna hold you. I see what you was trying to say. All right, let's move everybody down. It is 7:20. We got time for one more topic, and it needs to be a really, really good topic. It needs to be a really, really good topic. Otherwise, we can wrap this up.
Bear Claw has a topic. He said it earlier.
Bear Claw, come on up here, big dog. You have one too?
Be messing up my camera.
Yeshua said he has one too.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I don't know how much of a meaty topic this is, but like I've been seeing like a little bit of a discourse lately about like when men say female, but not as an adjective, but more as a noun, and how women are offended by that, and justifiably so. So like I guess I just wanted to dig into like what is y'all take on like when men say, females act like this, and when you're a female, like is it something that's ingrained in you because of like people you may be around, or like people from an older generation you're around, or do you agree that it is like offensive to say female rather than just woman or women? Because and I kind of want to hear from the women on this. Like, do you feel offended when men say females, or females be acting like this instead of women be this and women be that? Like, or do you just not care? Or I guess I don't know. I was interested about this, as I hear that a lot of people get upset when men say females rather than women. You know what I mean? Like when it's not in the right grammatical context.
It's the same thing, ain't it?
Well, let a certain group of people tell it. No, it's not.
me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all now. I don't give a crap. But I know that some men try to use it in like they taking the word female and it's used as like a derogatory term nowadays. But like, that's what I am. I'm a female. I'm a woman. I'm a young lady. I'm a girl. It's all the same thing to me. So I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. Child.
Oh. Okay, well, women, y'all got the floor. Do y'all care about female, or do y'all prefer to be called women, or do you? What? I got a deeper question. Why is ma'am offensive? That's my thing. I was beaten, molded to call women ma'am, madam, ma'am, miss, but I get crucified for saying that. Why is ma'am a problem?
I can tell you
because it makes women, females, feel old, which I don't really care. It's proper respect. I don't understand. Like,
but like, why y'all teach me to say it if we not supposed to say it? Like, bro,
those are
in school they teach you to say ma'am. Like,
I genuinely feel like those are women that aren't comfortable with the concept of aging. Like that, like there's nothing wrong with saying ma'am.
I remember, dude, you know what used to really piss me off? When you go to the teacher and be like, miss, and she be like, I'm not no miss. It's like, so what the freak?
You ain't married, so what are you?
The freak are you? I'm not no miss. It's like, okay, I guess. Like, what you want me to call you? OG? Like what we
Mrs.
about?
Miss. No.
But hey, man.
Wait a minute, hold on. It's a lot of men up here. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like,
because my bear claw act.
That's not what you meant.
It's very uncommon for us to say male. We just call them men, but it's very common to say female.
So the few women that are up here, do you get offended when a man refers to you as a female instead of a woman? I feel like as long as you ain't calling me on my name, I don't care.
Exactly. I
think same.
Women.
Get your tail out of here.
You gonna fix your tone though. You gonna fix your tone.
I know like how that sounded.
You ain't even got to say
because I ain't like how that sounded.
Right.
He trolling y'all.
I don't even like when there's too much in black. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Like, calm that down. Why is that case so hard? Calm it down. But
look, this is how Aztec said it.
He did.
Are y'all gonna answer the question or no? Answer it.
I'll answer the question. Give me a second. Hold on. That was too much pep in your step. Anyway,
that's crazy. They gaslighting us, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, you
hey,
know.
bro, don't say my name in this one. Don't say that. I'm not in this fight. I gotta sleep with one at the end of the day. I'm not in this fight.
Excuse me, ladies and germs. Can I interject? Can I interject something?
Ladies and germs.
Interject something.
So why I gotta be a germ? I identify as a human.
I'm just taking a prick, bro.
Right, sir. Come on, man. All right. I'm gonna say it like this. I always say, KiteZz, you go right on ahead and say, ma'am and sir, because that's how we was grown up. We got our butt whooped. We say anything else, and if we didn't know their name, we had to call ma'am or sir. That lady who did that that's the first trolling tactic. Like, I'm not a miss. I'm like, I don't know what to say. So my thing is this: guys know, or they should know, as far as common sense goes, what type of queen they're about to deal with. I was taught there's 4 ways to identify a woman. I can't, out the 4, 3 of those words I cannot say on this platform. Normally I would, but I'm trying to go on a different path.
Amen.
KiteZz got me that way.
Yep. Hey.
KiteZz trying. I'm trying to keep my words PG, or at least PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
At least PG-13 can slip up one. But I digress. The whole thing about it is, I grew up saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. But if I don't know you as a woman, I don't know if you're a woman or not, or how. Say this girl.
See, we getting attacked. Y'all kept
girl
playing with this gender thing, and now we getting attacked by the community. And I kept trying to tell you, like, gosh, dang it, y'all keep saying women. Y'all know they don't like that word. Key.
It's just easier.
I said this girl.
Key, delete it.
What's up, girl?
If you can't say ma'am, just say sir. Sir is a universal thing. They use it in the military too.
No, don't listen to him.
That's true, but then
he's trying to get you beat. Don't listen to him.
Can I answer the question as a woman? Can I answer the question as a woman?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just kidding. Thank you. But I personally don't find it like disrespectful if a man calls me a woman or a female. I think, like Alex said, it does get to a point when they put a little chip in their shoulder and they be like, y'all females this and females always doing that and females this and females that. I think it gets to a point where it can.
Yes, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But like, like as most women go on emotion, sometimes we go on impulse.
I wasn't finished.
Impulse and emotion is like it's like a bad drink. I'm sorry.
Brother, you gonna be on the island by yourself.
Right, man.
I'm not in this fight.
Sir.
I will have order in my Discord. All right. No, listen here. Hold on. Listen here. I will have order. Now, first off, there is a lot of testosterone up here, and they ask for the woman's input. So I will not stand for misogyny on my platform. So all of the brothers, you will be moving down. All right. So that's just how we gonna do it. I don't get.
I'm so sick of him, bro. I'm so sick of him.
I'm moving all the testosterone down. All right. This is a female topic because I got the next topic where everybody can talk because I think this is gonna be a really good topic and I wanted to get to it. So. Women answer it so we can move on so that we can get to this topic since we own black women and all that other stuff and all that. So y'all, I'm gonna even take my camera down. Y'all got it. Y'all do y'all thing, man.
Thank you, bro. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so back to what I was saying. It does get to a point when they put the little chip in their shoulder and they say females this, females that, females this, yada yada yada. Now back to the whole man thing that you brought up. I think like just like Alex said, like some people are definitely afraid of aging and they view aging as like horror, clutch the pearls. But I think it's also to the point where we're in a society where for some reason it's a strong thing to break down the gender norms and everything that was considered normal because we need to, go out and go above and there's more than two genders and yada yada yada, all the stuff that they're saying. So I think that's also one of the biggest gripes with the term ma'am, because a ma'am was a stern woman, was a woman of class, a woman of a high caliber. So to say that to a woman is considered disrespectful because everybody's trying to escape from that lifestyle. That's basically all I was trying to say.
Okay. Key, do you have anything you want to add, or Bird Lady speaks?
You want to go first?
No, it's all you, love.
Okay. I don't take offense to female, and it may be because I think I'm the old head in the group, and I'm not online, so I don't hear the females this and females that. I don't hear that. I'm biologically a female, so. And like I said in the YouTube chat, every time I hear female, I always think about Friday. Like, come on, Debo, that's a female, So I always think about that when I hear female. But as far as ma'am goes, I was raised to say I'm in the South. So you address someone not even necessarily older than you, but someone who has a type of authority without saying ma'am or sir, you can backhand it. Like, that's how we were raised. We had to say ma'am and we had to say sir. but someone who I think there was like a hotep or a black Muslim or something, they said that it's disrespectful now to say male and female because number one, it makes people feel old. That's what most people say. But this person particularly said because the slave masters forced us to call them ma'am and sir. That's why we shouldn't say it now. First and only time I've ever heard that. But someone checked me because I corrected my nephew. He said yes, and I said no, it's yes sir. And he went into this whole spiel about it. But I think it is also what you said, Miss Alex, Mrs. Alex. People just don't want to feel like they're getting old. Cause the first time I was hit with ma'am, he hit me kind of hard because I'm used to saying it. But once it was said to me, I'm like, oh wait a minute. I didn't get offended by it, but it was kind of like an eye opener to let me know, times are changing. But yeah, right. I'm not offended by ma'am, and I'm not offended by female. And by the way, Key, your bicep comment that they put on the screen, it's stuck in my head. So I think that's her.
Wait, what comment? What I do? Oh, you talking about you want to lick some biceps? See, you see what happens? You're the resident freaky frog. You see? Like thick.
Hey, yo. Hey, all right, man. Hey, man. You sit down. Sit your fast tail down.
We can't call men thick. We talk about that.
No, we not. Matter of fact, Key just messed it up for the women. I'm kicking everybody down.
What? I was
Nah, you messed it up. You messed it up for everybody. You see how you see one bad apple brewing a bunch. You messed it up for everybody, man.
Don't do her like
you
that,
got.
bro.
You got. Matter of fact, out of the disrespect, you get a minute to say your point.
A minute? All right, Thickums, I got you.
All right, see, and that's where we. All right. I'm a grown man. You ain't finna disrespect me. Word of my mother. Like, you're not finna do that. All right. Word of my mother. I'll tell you, bro. Because I can't even respond. I want to respond, bro. This is some crap, bro. Like, I hate being a YouTuber, dog. Like, I'm so tired, bro. Like, I'm tired of code switching. I want to be me. I'm tired, bro. Like,
just be yourself.
I can't.
If you wasn't a devout Christian man who didn't cuss and this wasn't being recorded right now, you would have got fried, Key. I'm not gonna lie to you. You would have got fried. You lucky you didn't catch him on a bad day, man, because you would have got fried.
All right, look, Wes, I'm actually glad you're here because I feel like this topic is also something that you would enjoy for sure. All right, as you guys know, Disney has unveiled the superhero Ironheart. As you guys know, Ironheart is the successor to Iron Man. As you guys know, Tony Stark in Marvel has died. Ironheart has taken the mantle as the next Iron Man essentially, but her suit is called Ironheart, and she is actually a black female. Right now, the movie that the show is trying to put out, and if you don't know who she is, then that's just your fault for not knowing black superheroes. That's on you. But it's under fire right now because it has been massively review bombed before the show even came out. And a lot of people have felt like the review bombing and the complaints have been very racial. A lot of people are talking about her origin story, like, oh, they made it. We could have had, if we wanted to have a black Iron Man, we should have just used War Machine and all this other stuff. And so a lot of people have turned it into, this is DEI. This is just female propaganda. They're trying to make everything woke. And there is a big podcast called Nerdrotic Daily. They ended up doing a podcast of the trailer a couple months ago, or a couple days ago, and they are under fire right now because there is a panel, and as you guys can see, of all Caucasian men, and they said some statements that
the
were
title's already
yep, as you can see, Black Girl Magic. right now, this current thing is going on with this group of people, and they're making some crazy offensive jokes about it. So I'm gonna play some of that for y'all.
Marvel, so he likes most of the Marvel stuff. He's like saying, man, Fantastic Four is going to be awesome. Yeah, it's Sue Storm's movie. She kicks out magic.
That sounds...
Well, in this trailer, they drop all the iconic stuff and try to pretend she's a hero, while at the same time having her powered by demonic magic. So I'm not sure.
Just to be clear, that sounds
because Mephisto's.
So this is one of the talking points. Ironheart's suit is also powered by the same magic that comes from the area of superhero Mephisto, superhero Doctor Strange, etc. And they're saying that it's ironic that this black girl is using dark magic for her suits to power up her suit, even though she is not even the first hero in any comic book section to ever use dark powers to have powers. So they already was missing on that point, but the real problem while they're under fire is the stuff that they were saying about the black woman in
Mephisto.
general.
And he's being played by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Are they gonna play black music so I know there's a black person starring in it?
I don't know. This is a show about black people until I hear hip hop. Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know if I'm supposed to like it or not.
Yeah, you could tell when she said stepdad that it was going to be about black people.
Black girl magic. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it will actually be black girl magic. Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be best friends with Tony Stark. Either that or Black Jarvis.
No, this is Tony Stark.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be best friends with Tony Stark. Why is he not in the show? What would her Jarvis be called? Jemima?
Jarvisqua. I already said Jarvisqua.
Jaquisha. I think Jamichael works good. I'm going with Shanae.
So, as you guys know, Iron Man has an AI suit called Jarvis, right? That's why I made the Iron Man joke Jarvis. And they went under fire for this because these are all 40-year-old plus men. And they made the joke, well, one of the jokes of what would her AI in her suit be named. And they thought it would be funny to name out the worst stereotypical names or the most, names that you would hear on an Xbox Live when somebody's trying to make fun of you for being black by saying, oh, Shaniqua and all this other stuff. Well, the name of her AI is Natalie, by the way. Natalie. So this was one of the things where this person went out of his way to do these things, and it gets even worse because I'm not about to watch the rest of this, but he also has a main channel where he does an actual review, and throughout his review, every time he gets to a key point where they talk about the character, he proceeds to play the smoke alarm beep every time black people are on the screen. And he also constantly makes references about how because it's a black woman, it's DEI and et cetera, et cetera. So I want to know, how do you feel about what is happening? And these people are also the people that are making the reviews and review bombing it before it even gets a chance to even come out. So I want to hear, how do you guys feel about it?
You can throw back up a little bit because one of them dudes exposed neurotic right there.
Yep, the Birdman.
In the grip.
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy actually.
But, I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. Let's talk your talk, man.
I was about to say it's. I mean,
Go ahead.
This is most. Let me look. Who in the audience? Mostly black
Tell
people.
me how you feel about me
Right, cool.
without telling me how you feel about me. That's what that was.
I just had to make sure it was all black people in the audience. Let's be for real, man. I ain't gonna say what I want to say because this still got to get put on YouTube, and you probably got a few white fans, few and far between in there. But it's all lame, corny stuff, man. It's like We know plenty. We got a few white friends actually in our group who are cool and wouldn't do no lame stuff like this. That's literally all it is. They saying and doing this type of stuff so they can appeal to whatever audience they're trying to like grab for. But realistically, they don't care about black characters or black stories. I mean, but you got to think about it. Miles Morales, you know, they hate Miles Morales. They don't even call him Spider-Man.
Yup.
Like they won't even call him a Spider-Man. The only reason War Machine has gotten the love that he's got is because he's been around for long enough for where they have no, you know, they got to get over it. Same thing with Black Panther. But like, you know, most other black heroes, they don't even like and or respect. Like, you know, they don't know nothing about Ironheart. They don't know nothing about what's her name? Moon Girl and Devil Dino. They don't know nothing about her. They don't like Miles Morales. It's plenty of black like characters. I mean, they don't care. They don't care about Shuri, Blue Marvel. You know, they like Blade. Blade is alright. They, you know, they mess with Blade. It's
Have
few
these
and far
characters
between for
always been black?
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, Ironheart was created. Riri Williams was created being black, and you know, however, the problem is that you think about like what the word DEI has done to the already low in intelligence population of that community, and it's really just run amok on them. They didn't stole woke. They didn't turn it into something it wasn't. They didn't took DEI,
They took
thinking
black
that
fatigue.
like yeah, black fatigue, and it's like the person who benefit the most from DEI is white women, but they don't want to hear that. They're gonna call me the hard R, so I'm not even gonna get into it with them people. But that's all it is. It's literally like I forgot who said it in the chat, but Malaya Lachelle, she said it's race baiting. That's all it is. It's race bait. They literally just trying to get people riled up. It's gonna keep them in the
They
media.
did it with The Little
but people
Mermaid.
talking. Yeah. And that's the thing, like Little Mermaid being black is not integral to her character.
It's
And
not.
a lot of the characters that they make black or any other race aren't integral to being their character. Like if they made a black man Magneto, I would blow up the headquarters, right? Because you can't make a black man Magneto. Him being a survivor of the Holocaust is pivotal to his story.
True.
Him being a white Jewish character is pivotal to his story. You can make Professor X black. I mean, it's not pivotal to his story. It's just gonna be a bald black man in a wheelchair, and it's gonna be a little awkward. But you can make him black, and it'd be okay. You can make Cyclops black, it'd be okay. I mean, shoot, you could even make Wolverine black if you wanted to. It'd be alright. But it's certain people that you shouldn't swap races on, and most of the people who are like getting race swapped in air quotes, it's not pivotal to their character. I mean, we don't need a black version of everyone, but if we make a black character and they unique in their own right, people shouldn't complain about that. But they don't want to see black faces, period, in media. Whether or not it's superhero media, it's regular media, TV shows, nothing. The only black things they tolerated is Cleveland from Family Guy. They tolerated Boondocks and maybe a black character here and there. They don't even like seeing black characters in anime. So they just don't want to see black people, period. So I understand the notion that you don't want a black version of everyone, but at the same time, as much as it sucks to say, we need better black representation in media. We've had a decent amount before, like way back coming up and things like that. But realistically, see, even Yeshua posted like Yoruichi. Yoruichi is fine. They'll deal with Yoruichi. They'll deal with Jon Stewart. They'll deal with Static Shock, Blue Marvel, things like that. But you know, a lot of people they don't want to deal with, and
You gotta
that's why
talk about
like,
the kind of black people they talking about too.
yeah, it's like
They highlighting the
you talking about-
Shanae, the Bonquishas, and
the most negative aspects of black people that is pushed to them through media is what they're talking about. But all that tells me is that every person on that panel has never encountered a black person in real life. Most of the people that I, helped today at the dispensary was white. They, I said, what's up to them? We chopped it up for a bit. I sold them what I sold them. And then they went on about their merry way. I didn't have no interactions like that. most regular people are chill, white, black, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. But you got these people who are chronically online, and all they see is negative aspects and iterations of every single race, and that's the narrative that they run with. They have no experience with people outside of their race in person, so it's like this is what they're gonna push. It's unfortunate, but if you don't go out and touch grass, meet people, speak to people, then it is what it is.
I also feel like they're the kind of people that carry themselves as well, I don't think what I said was offensive. I have a friend that's black. We joke like that all the time.
Yeah, they seem like those type of people.
You said
joke like that in private spaces, not on the internet.
You said I've always had a problem with black people claiming Piccolo is black. Like, why is the green alien representing us? Actually, I ain't gonna lie. Out of every character that could represent us, I would take Piccolo because he relates more to our struggle than anything.
Yeah, one, he relates.
It's not because of his color; it's because of his characteristics.
Yeah,
the Saiyans represent black people in relation to their struggles and their race being wiped out, and then the Mechians literally represent us because they bald green people that wear do rags. It's literally just that simple.
Hey, Piccolo
and they got drip.
Piccolo got aura, so it don't matter. He got aura.
Piccolo has aura.
He
So
barbecue.
it's just
He
like-
barbecues. He raises other people's kids. He got aura, though.
Yep.
That's West. That's West
Same
4K, bro.
He got aura
at the same time.
He got aura. Nah, but all right. Let's hear everybody's take on this one. First thing, Mr. Yankee, talk your talk, man. How you feel about the Ironheart situation?
Oh, sorry, man. Go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
Oh, he talking to family. I got you. All right. Will Too Humble, go ahead, man. I know you got something interesting to say. Talk your talk, man.
Oh boy, where do I start? To be honest, man, it's sad. Like I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's sad because you're basically saying that people cannot, sit here and have an idea that may work or have a story that could work. I'm not gonna lie to you. Did I have moments where I was just like, man, I don't even think this is that, right? I have moments, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and just, jump to conclusions. I gotta see it for myself. But when you have people like this do this, it's just like, okay, so you definitely have something against us. You definitely have something. We just don't know it because you're trying to be, very discreet. You don't want to look bad because you're on the internet, which is obvious because you got a big platform. You got a bunch of people sub to you. You got a bunch of likes, etc., etc., etc. Like you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. However, that does not make it right. And I also believe that, you just gotta give it a chance. Like, don't sit up here and just say like, oh, well, we don't want to see this, or even being racist about it. Like, come on, man. Like, this is just completely wrong. And I just believe that if you got a following like this, and then they're listening to you, they're preaching, they're praying, for you to constantly keep going with this, man. Thank the internet. Thank the internet for giving you this ability. Thank the internet for giving you a voice. Thank the internet, period. Just thank it. Like, it's just all bad. It's all bad. And I'm just speechless. So my apologies on that, but it's just ridiculous, man. But that's all I have to pretty much say about it.
Yep. And for people that want context for that podcast that we just saw all those men saying that, these are the owners of that channel. So take that what you will. All right. All right, Mr. Yankee, are you good now?
Give me 1 minute.
All right.
He said 1 minute.
Got you.
Yep, I am. Yes, I am.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Go ahead.
It's stuck in the rocks. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was about to say real quick. I just got home, so I'm about to run y'all 1 minute and 30 seconds. Don't let me come back and find out y'all's going over 1 minute and 30 seconds. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all have an excellent night. I'm finna go take a shower. Y'all be good. Minute and 30 seconds, and I'm gonna try and get I know I'm too late. I'm gonna try and get next Thursday off because it sounds like y'all been acting the fool. So I'm gonna have to come back and do some regulating. Y'all be easy, man.
Got it.
Not Father West.
Have a blessed night,
Father
man.
West
A blessed
coming back.
weekend.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Missy.
Okay. I don't put stock in neurotic. I don't put stock in neurotic. I sometimes listen to Critical Janker. Sometimes. I'm just glad. You know what I'm glad about? I'm glad that Tyrone Magnus.
Yes. That boy just said that name and he was gone. Gone with the wind. T said Tyrone Magnus.
Hold on, Mr.
and was
Yankee. You
gone.
probably gonna have to come back.
Yeah, Mr. Yankee got cooked, man.
Yeah, cooked him.
I'll move him down and then move him back up. That man said Tyrone Magnus and was gone. he got Thanos snapped.
Is that the is he the one black creator that he talks about comics and like video games and stuff? I think I used to watch him like in middle school.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Yep, Tyrone Magnus.
Yeah. Really good content.
All right, well, until he comes back because he got smoked. Go ahead, Miles. Talk your talk.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. I posted a picture of my big sister. My mom adopted her when I was 9. She was 11. Her family passed away, but they were friends with my mother. So then my mom took her in, and then she became my big sister. And that's kind of how that thing happened. Yeah. So that, having a white girl as a sister, it's funny life. I'd say a lot of comedic stuff that happened. Being raised by a black family, it's hilarious. Yeah, she would never say anything racist and stuff like that. Never. Yeah, I wanted to speak just on like what they were saying. It was from a comedic standpoint, it was okay, but then it started getting a little too much. Sometimes a lot of like white comedians, they try to get with the black audience by trying to sound like they're hip. Yo, let me say Shaniqua this, and because the brothers do it, so that's like kind of like where they got that from. Yeah, that part was tacky after a while, and that's the only thing I just want to say. It was just tacky, and I think when this all airs, I think we're gonna do great numbers with Lionheart. I think black people always tend to show up in these sort of situations, and that's why Marvel is doing it, because the black people show up for these black characters, whether you like it or not. We do the numbers. Blade, Black Panther, I mean, you name it, we're doing the numbers. So there, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I didn't take too much offense to it because I just ignore it, but yeah, they definitely try to cater to an audience though, definitely. So yeah, that's all I had though.
All right, shout out to Miles. Oh, and he got smoked. Hey man, when I say shout out to, that's it, my brother. All right, go ahead, Bird Lady Speaks.
I'm not surprised. I'm not even upset by it. What people need to do is, if it's something you want to support, let the numbers do the talking.
Right.
Shut them up by letting the numbers do the talking. Not about to get myself upset. My first name is Shanisha. So I get those jokes, those looks, the purposely mispronouncing my name. I get that I get the microaggressions all the time. I live in South Georgia. I get it all the time. But let the numbers do the talking. I pulled back from Marvel because I felt like they were doing like a lot of pandering and it's starting to go left. And I've heard white people say things like, what if white people took over Wakanda, or they put someone white in Wakanda? I'm like, have y'all never heard of the White Wolf? They kind of touched on it a little bit in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the comic, like White Wolf was a big thing adopted in Wakanda. So it does happen, but a lot of people don't know the source material and they just sound ignorant. But if you want to shut them up, let the numbers do the talking. Don't argue. Don't go back and forth. Let the numbers do the talking. Support and show people that this is something that black people want to see. That put more of it out here. We will support it. Give us what we want. We will support it. Now, if it's trash, it's trash. A lot of the Marvel stuff has been trash. you know. But just let the numbers do the talking. Don't get upset. Don't get riled up. I mean, they gotta give an account. By their words, they'll be justified. By their words, they'll be condemned. That's all I got.
Hey.
That's it right there.
Amen. All right, shout out Bird Lady, and I hope you feel better. All right.
Yes.
Dorian.
You.
So
for me, I never really cared about the character of Ironheart. Just wasn't one of my interests personally. I was hoping they'd do better when bringing her to real life, but I was like, Marvel's kind of sucked recently, so I doubt it would happen. But this whole nerdrotic thing is why I just kind of stay away from certain spaces I like. Like anime, I've loved anime since I was a kid. I would never be at an anime convention.
Yep.
For two reasons. Some people don't shower, and I know how they feel about black people for real.
Yup. Talk about it.
And comics is the same kind of thing. Like I started looking into it like a 7, 8, but it was too niche for me. But the ultimate thing is they're just underhanded. And growing up in the suburbs, I was like, bro, I'm already knee deep and surrounded by white people. I don't want my own personal interests to be consistently flocked around them too. So that's why I'm just like, I like it, but I never engage too much with it because I know how it really gets.
Right.
And that's why I'd say if there's any creatives out here, anything like that, if you really, really want to see black representation that's done right, you got to do it yourself. Because a lot of these black characters that we know of, most of them weren't created by black people. It's a bit of a shame, but if you look at Disney, I understand the Little Mermaid, how it doesn't really affect her being black, but why don't they actually go and look into our history and create black stories? Because it's a bunch of old white people. The way they feel like they can placate us and get us representation is to say, okay, make this character black. They'll eat it up. And then they'll say they'll be represented. When in reality, they treat other cultures better. There's certain, like, if I remember, it's either DreamWorks or Pixar. What's that story with I can't remember it, but it was about homeboy in music and his grandfather. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they stay doing that where they actually explore the culture and make all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just my take. It's a bit jumbled. Sorry.
Hey, shout out to you. Yeshua.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get trapped this time, but listen, I don't really have much to say about the racist thing because me there in Jamaica, we don't really get a lot of racist talk or talk about race a lot. But from what I saw, they really want me to crash out, but I won't. What I think is that these men, I don't think they have any experience or any, how should I say it, they are not around black people. They don't know about black culture, and I don't think they're interested to know or to be close to black people. They just have this preconceived notion. They're the type of people who are so out of touch, and the only representation of black people they have is the bad stereotypes. Probably them watch one movie Friday, or them watch one of those old movie, and they feel like that is, and they pick out the negative aspects, and they think that's all what black people is about. And then no, they just go on this generalization, thinking that it's normal or thinking that it's funny saying these things. But it's sad, honestly. I don't like it. So I don't have much to say about the race thing, but that's about it for me.
Hey, shout out to Yeshua. Bear Claw, and then Aztec, then Monet or Nitro if they need to say something.
Yeah, I want to say we've seen this before. Like we've seen people try to review bomb films that they feel like, ties to one agenda, and then when they feel like it's very like, race powered, they align with a certain audience that wants to be put in that echo chamber to feel like their voices are heard. Like when the Marvels came out, that got review bombed before that came out. But what I want to say is, to piggyback of what Bird Lady Speaks says, yeah, we show up and show out for things that for people that look like us and things of that nature. So I feel like the show is going to do really, really good. To piggyback of what Nitro said, well, he might bring it up when he speaks, so I ain't gonna speak on it. But I want to say it's good in situations like this to have allies too. And one thing I liked and I appreciated, I didn't look at it from a cynical view. I looked at it from like, I'm glad he did that. Robert Downey Jr. had a live or like a video where he was speaking with the young lady who plays Ironheart, Dominique Thorne, and he said, today's your day, and he was basically trying to say to her, like, drown out the haters. The show is going to be great. You're going to be a great successor to my former character, and he showed her love, and it was part of it was one of the videos that went viral when Ironheart first premiered. So I feel like stuff like that is necessary, and I feel like allies like that are necessary because I don't know, it was just something I enjoyed seeing.
All right. Shout out to Bearclaw. Good take.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Aztec.
Man, I know that dude in the middle with the glasses got a Kitsune anime pillow. I know he does. There's no way he doesn't. He got a full body pillow, bro. I can smell the Comic-Con on him. I can smell it. I bet you they're on the registry. I could tell it. He's not allowed
One of
in the park.
these. Get you one of these.
Hey, his Kitsune pillow is named Kikyo. He's trying to recreate Inuyasha in his bedroom, man. I already know he is. But yet they want to talk about black characters. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure he got banned from a Comic-Con or anime convention trying to touch the cosplayers. He just looks like he just got that look on his face.
Oh.
Man, even Bobbity wouldn't even touch him. He's
Gosh,
just tarnished. It's crazy. He makes Majin Buu look innocent.
Oh.
Good God. Crazy. We have so many characters, and he just chose to be that. Him and his anime pillow. His crusty anime pillow at that. I know it's a lot of details. But usually, when I come across these guys in the Comic-Con, they look just like him. It's like they just 3D print each other. Just different multiverses of them. And it's always the same story. My mom dropped me off here. Hey, it is what it is. I know he lives in his mom's basement. There's no way he doesn't.
Okay. Shout out to you. All right, Monet or Nitro, if there's anything else you guys need to say before we wrap it up.
I definitely see what you said about the race baiting. It's very similar to when Captain America Brave New World came out and it featured Sam Wilson in his full Captain America element, because that, like, when he had his show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and then he became Captain America, oh yeah, it was great to the point where he became Captain America. But then to actually see that in the movie, it got so much like slander and backlash just because he was black. But the thing is that he was supposed to be the next Captain America anyway. But I guess like just seeing it in real time, kind of just people just like they just started hating on it and raising their pitchforks. But I just like respectfully, rage baiting it only gets you negative attention, and if anything, I feel as though it's going to do the opposite of what you intended it to do. Like, I feel like if you rage bait or race bait a movie or a show or talk about it negatively, I, as a viewer and a consumer of your product who's watching that video, I'm going to watch the movie or show that you're talking about just so I can either see what you're saying or disagree with what you're saying. So I feel like it's doing the opposite of what they're trying to do. Or maybe it's just some big old pyramid scheme and this is what they do so they can make their money and, target more views for the movies. You never know. Some things are truly a conspiracy. But But yeah, that's my take on it. Doesn't make
I feel like it's doing just that. It's that right there. I feel like as much as people don't like try to say like negative attention is bad, it's not. It's not. Because for them in that case, look at the views, look at the comments, look at the ratings that they're getting off of those takes that they've made. They had over like 10k likes there, so it's reaching a specific audience. It's reaching people that probably agree with the sentiments that they said. I just feel like when it comes to stuff like this, I feel like as long as they're keeping it true to the story, it really shouldn't matter what race the character is. Keep the story as is. It really doesn't matter to me. It's the same thing when they did the Little Mermaid thing. A lot of people were upset about it because Ariel's now black, but the story still stayed the same. She's still a girl that lives in the bottom of the sea, that falls in love with the prince, and she wants to explore beyond what the sea is willing to offer her at that point, because she was just an adventurous, curious type of person. But I don't know. It's like people that love the comic, they love Marvel, they love what they do. They'll show up for the love of the game, for the love of the comic for itself. I think when you spend so much time like, nitpicking because they picked a certain actor or actress to play a specific character, you completely lost the plot. Now, I can understand if they was butchering the whole story, the whole character as a whole, or the overall plot of what's going on, but I don't think they're doing that.
True.
But different strokes for different folks.
All right. Nitro, you had anything to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, it's just the same thing, different generation. I mean, every time we try to create something, and by we, I'm talking us as a people, not necessarily me, they always try to push hate on it so we can't, exceed in a certain space. Like, why you're gonna review bomb it before, like, let people get a chance to watch it. It's very rare that you see it happen when a movie gets quote unquote, I guess, can I say it, like, blank washed? I don't know if I know it's not a bad word, but in this context, it's that Gods of Egypt movie. I didn't see no tan skinned people in that movie. You know what I'm saying? So they do it to us, but they don't do it to what they bring out, right? So double standards also there, but we always got to push through this hate, and what they say, as a black person, we gotta be twice as better, twice as good.
Right. 2 times not even enough. Twice is not even enough at this point.
Yeah.
You gotta really perform. You gotta really outperform a lot of the things that come up against you in this world. But hey, man, I just feel like if you love cinema, if you love comics, if you love media, race is not gonna be a factor for you. It's gonna be the last thing on your mind.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. Nothing too deep, but it's just something that's just been reoccurring,
No, that's true.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. I think this was a great Flock Talk. Shout out to everybody that tapped in. Shout out to the 40 people that's still watching right now. We love y'all. Shout out to everybody that tapped in. Everybody was holding it down. Good conversations. Way better than last week's Flock Talk for sure. So, hey, make sure you guys keep supporting the content. We're going to keep pushing the content out. Lots of content coming out, actually. So y'all better be ready, because there's more and more stuff coming out. More surprises for y'all coming out, too. My dear, is there anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Go eat some good food. Go stretch. Go lay down. Hope you have a blessed day at work. And you feel me? Y'all be safe. Peace.